system told me my talent was the rarest drawn on the global ocean survival game, then hid it from my panel. I was Seo Nyong, alone on a wooden boat with one rusty hook and no boat experience. The talent was perfect shot. Every grappling hook throw inside range guaranteed to land. Weeks later, I pulled an excellent black-bladed sword named Gyeonghong off the corpse of a drowned one general. The loner with one rusty hook had become a hunter nobody would see coming. Slap a like on this and subscribe before we dive deeper. The channel grows only when you do, but to feel the win, you need to feel where I started. Let me take you back. A mechanical voice rolls through my head while I am still half asleep, and by the time I make sense of what it is saying, I have already heard most of it. The voice welcoming me to the global ocean survival game, and telling me this is a world of nothing but ocean, that I will spend the rest of my life out here with survival as the only goal. Children under 15 will be auto-assigned to one of their parents. The sea is full of fish and full of things that will make my blood run cold, and boxes will float past on the surface that I am supposed to snag with a grappling hook for supplies. Keep moving forward, the voice says. Do not let the black mist behind you catch up, because anyone who enters the black mist dies. I get a 3-day novice protection period where my ship will not capsize, will not be damaged, will not be attacked by creatures, and after that I am on my own. The voice tells me I can silently chant the word system to open a virtual panel, then closes by wishing the players an enjoyable game. I wake the rest of the way and find myself lying on a fishing boat, rising and falling with the swell, salt spray hitting my face and sharpening my head into actual focus. I sit up and look around, and there is only blue water in every direction with no other vessel anywhere in sight, so I murmur the words Global Ocean Survival Game to myself and pinch my thigh hard enough to make sure of it. It hurts, which means it is not a dream and it is not a hallucination, and that in turn means the whole human race has been pulled into this ocean exactly the way the voice described. I have read enough web novels in my time to skip the denial phase and accept it on the spot. Before I can pull up the panel, another voice arrives in my head, telling me the player's soul matches the system and that I am being rewarded with a unique hidden talent called Perfect Shot. The grappling hooks I throw will always hit their target and never miss. A unique hidden talent, a golden finger from page 1, and I know what that means from every novel I have ever read. The catch lands almost immediately though, because the only item on the deck with me is a single grappling hook, and on its own a talent like that does not look like much of a prize. I glance over the sea for boxes, see none, and silently chant system. The panel snaps up in front of me with 5 sections: personal info, vessel info, communication channel, trading channel, friends. I open personal info first, and the panel reads back at me with my name Seo Nyong. Status healthy, strength 6 against an adult average of 10, spirit 8, agility 5, constitution 6. Below the adult average across the board, which tracks for someone whose only exercise in years has been scrolling. And the perfect shot talent does not show up anywhere in this list, which probably means it is hidden from the standard read. If so, then I have got one trump card more than every other player in this ocean. I close personal info and open the vessel info panel, and it reads back Seo Nyong's vessel can be renamed Level 1, Durability 100 out of 100, Speed 5 knots, Vessel Facilities none, Currently Buildable none, Vessel Skills none, Upgrade requirements 30 units of wood and 30 hemp ropes. The numbers tell me the starting boat is the same for everyone, and what happens after this is up to me. I close vessel info and open the communication channel, which splits into a regional channel that lets me send 10 messages a day and a world channel that lets me send only 1. And the world channel is not even open yet. I tap into the regional channel and information starts pouring past me too fast to follow. Hundreds of messages a second, most of it the same shape, people wailing about being dropped in the middle of the ocean. People demanding to know who is pulling this prank. One guy proudly announcing he is the protagonist of the world. A kid panicking because he cannot swim and begging someone to save him. And a confused couple yanked straight out of a hotel room. The whole channel is one rolling wall of fear, confusion, and complaint, with no useful information in any of it. I close it. The trading channel is empty as expected, because nobody has had time to gather anything worth selling, and the Friends tab is not even worth opening at all. I close the whole panel and look out at the water, and the fact that everyone on Earth has been dropped into this place is non-negotiable, so the only thing that matters now is figuring out how to survive. I was already a loner before all this, no attachments, nothing to miss. And to survive, I need supplies. And right now, the only way to get supplies is from boxes. I bend down and pick up the grappling hook. It is a simple thing, a rusty iron hook tied to maybe 5 meters of ordinary hemp rope. And the moment I have it in my hand, a panel of information surfaces over it, naming it grappling hook, common quality, useful for snagging boxes that float on the ocean. Common implies there are higher qualities out there, and for mass-produced starter gear, this is not going to be powerful. Just functional, just enough to hook a box and pull in what is inside. I look down at the boat itself, the whole thing wood, about 4 meters long and 1 meter wide. Pointed bow, wide stern, flat deck in the middle, no cabin for storage but a steering wheel at the bow. I am standing still and the boat is sailing on its own, so the boat does not need extra power. All I have to do is point it. I walk to the helm, lay my hand on the wheel, and within a minute I understand how to set direction, set speed, and bring it to a full stop. I have never sailed a boat before, and if this had been complicated, I would have been fumbling all day, but the system has made the controls idiot-proof and I appreciate the courtesy. A brown object drifts toward me from the distance, and when I look harder it is a box. I pick up the grappling hook, hemp rope in one hand, iron hook in the other, swing the hook a few times, and throw. The hook arcs out and drops into the sea well short of the box, so the talent does not trigger past the rope's reach, which is fair enough and which I add to the rules in my head. I let the boat close until the box sits inside 5 meters. Then I throw again, and the hook flies straight at first before midair it actually changes direction and lands on the box with its tip biting and clean. I pull hard, drag the box to the side, and lift it aboard. The chest is a wooden one, about 60 centimeters long, and I pry it open. The chest itself vanishes, and a few items appear on the deck with a system line floating in front of me. Congratulations on 2 units of wood and 1 hemp rope. Wood and hemp rope are exactly the upgrade currency, and 30 of each is not a brutal target, so 3 days should be enough. I scan the sea for more, see nothing, and open the regional channel again out of boredom. The channel has settled, more or less. The wailing and cursing still there, but actual information starting to come through too. Survivors complaining that chests are too hard to hook because both the chest and the boat keep moving, and they have watched their hooks splash into empty water over and over. One guy proudly announces he snagged a chest and pulled out 2 bottles of water and a piece of bread, and another guy tells him to stop bragging because he is dying of thirst. The takeaway is clear. Hit rate on the standard hook is brutally low, and most of the people who do land won't only manage it by luck. The chest drifting straight into the boat. In that case, perfect shot is actually a serious talent, and I am starting to see the size of what I have been handed, but it does not buy me water. I look up, the sun is high and blistering, and the surrounding sea is being baked. I would put the temperature at 30 degrees Celsius at least, and bodies lose water fast in this kind of heat. Fast enough to kill if I do not drink. Fresh water comes from chests only. Chests are hard to land, and even if I land one, there is no guarantee fresh water is inside. I lick my lips on reflex and look harder at the water. A system announcement breaks in over everyone's ears, telling us we have accepted reality and asking us please to work hard and strive to survive. The black mist currently moves at 5 knots, and in 3 days it will accelerate to 10. And after 3 days, boats can be destroyed by force. Anyone who loses their boat either waits to die or finds another player to take them on. Joining another player flips status from captain to crew member, and crew members who try to attack or betray their captain are obliterated. The night will wake the horrors of the deep, which after 3 days may proactively attack boats, and we have 3 days to upgrade and grow stronger. Complaining and cursing the system are slow suicide, the voice tells us, and then it wishes us a pleasant game and signs off. The channel immediately erupts with people cursing the system, and I curl my lip, because survival at sea is this dangerous and this difficult, and who exactly is supposed to be playing pleasantly? If the system is not getting cursed at, who is? But the system is not wrong either. Cursing is wasted time, and I am not in the business of wasting time. A cry comes from somewhere above me, and when I look up I find a bird circling, larger than a seagull, claws and beak glinting cold in the sun. I let my gaze rest on it long enough for the system to read it back to me. Black spirit gull. Seabird. Common quality. Highly aggressive, often proactively attacks people at sea. The black spirit gull keeps circling me, eyes flicking down each pass like it is sizing up a meal, and if this bird were not blocked by the novice protection period, it would have already dropped on me. So the dangers of this ocean live above the water too, not just under it. The black spirit gull does not leave. It keeps making provocative dives over my head, and I am honestly a little annoyed at being mocked by a seabird. Then I look at the grappling hook in my hand, and an idea lands. The black spirit gull has not clocked the danger and keeps circling. I wait quietly. The next time it dives, skimming low over my head, I throw, and the grappling hook flies. The bird notices in time, an expression that reads almost human and almost mocking flickers across its face, and it twists in midair to change direction. The rusty iron hook drives deep into its body anyway, and the bird loses its balance instantly and plummets, shrieking, flapping desperately to climb back up. But it only sheds a few feathers and a spray of blood, and under my pull it keeps falling. It slams hard onto the deck. The thing refusing to accept it is dying and thrashing harder, so I drop to one knee and pin it down, the blood pool on the boat widening until the bird finally stops moving. The system congratulates me on 5 portions of black spirit gull meat and 1 portion of black spirit gull blood. The corpse vanishes, the meat and blood appear in its place, and because I have nothing to hold liquid, the blood spreads across the hull. Then, on top of that, a chest. The black spirit gull actually dropped a chest, and this one is not wood, it is bronze. Killing seabirds drops chests. Then, though whether it is coincidence or rule, I cannot tell yet. And the bronze means there are multiple grades, so there must be more above bronze too. None of which I can resolve sitting here, so I rub my hands and crack the chest open. And the system congratulates me on 1 desalination machine blueprint, 1 lighter, and 1 iron axe. A desalination machine blueprint. Out here, fresh water is the most valuable thing there is, and nobody is thirsty yet only because this all started a few hours ago. But the minute thirst really hits, fresh water turns into hard currency, and with this blueprint I can make my own. Then I read the description and the bottom drops out of me, because the desalination machine blueprint converts seawater into drinking water, requires 20 plastic, 10 glass, 10 metal sheet, and all blueprints must be used on a crafting table. A crafting table. I glance at my boat and there is no such thing on a level 1 vessel. The blueprint is real. I just cannot build the machine yet, and it is the most anticlimactic possible feeling. The other two are more immediately useful. The lighter is common quality, a reliable fire starting device, and at least it means I can cook. The iron axe is good quality, can be used for logging or self-defense, with a sharp blade and high damage, and I pick the axe up grinning, the weight right in my hand, the edge looking freshly sharpened, swinging it once for the feel. The lighter is only common, but with it I will not have to risk diarrhea from raw food, which in this environment would put me halfway in the grave on its own. I check the Black Spirit Gull's legacy too, the meat reading common quality, firm texture, excellent taste, and the blood reading common quality, pungent and fishy, drinkable but highly likely to cause vomiting and diarrhea. So the meat will keep me fed, and the blood I will never touch unless I am one breath from death. Even standing here I can smell how foul it is. I am just thinking about dumping the blood pool overboard when I spot another chest floating in. So I drop the blood concern, grab the grappling hook, steer the boat to close the gap, throw inside 5 meters, hook it cleanly, drag it aboard. It is another wood chest, lower grade than the bronze, but I am not in a position to be picky. I crack it open, and the system congratulates me on mineral water, 2 500 milliliter bottles, and 1 wood. I have got water now, and 2 bottles is not much, but used carefully it will cover 2 days. And there is more to come if I keep it this. With water in hand, I no longer want to put up with the bird blood stench, so I squat down, scoop it up, sling it into the sea, then dunk my hands in to rinse them off, muttering at the smell the whole time, vowing never to drink the stuff and grateful that I will not have to. While I am rinsing, the water where I dumped the blood starts churning, and a fish jumps clear of the surface. I freeze. Then the math arrives. The Black Spirit Gull blood is attracting fish. Sharks are famously sensitive to blood, and the Black Spirit Gull blood is more pungent than the blood of ordinary creatures. So the local fish are losing their minds over it. I stop the boat, back it up enough to keep the blood spot inside 5 meters, and grab the grappling hook. The Black Spirit Gull kill already proved that during the protection period the creatures will not attack me, but I can attack them, which means if I could kill the bird I can certainly kill the fish, and there is no risk of being attacked back. Shame this only lasts 3 days. I throw, the grappling hook drives into a fish, and I haul it aboard. Blue fish, sea fish, common quality, common ocean species. Schooling, highly aggressive, fond of blood. It flops on the deck and cannot jump back off, so I pry it loose and throw again. 1 fish after another until the blood pool dilutes into nothing. There are 15 fish on the deck when I am done. The little ones a few centimeters long, the bigger ones around 60 or 70, and the biggest is a cloud pattern grouper that I estimate at roughly 25 pounds. When I hooked the cloud pattern grouper, it almost dragged me into the sea, and only by tying the rope to the wheel and gunning the boat was I able to subdue it. Now I have fire, wood, fish, meat, and water, and short term the survival crisis is solved. But 15 fish is more than I can eat alone. The day is hot, I have no refrigerator, and in 2 days they will all rot. Throwing them back as bait would not move the needle much. Just as I am working out what to do with them, I notice a black dot in the sky, a seabird, and my spirits lift, the idea coming immediately. I spread the fish flat across the deck, tie the largest groper to the bow with hemp rope, run the rope's other end to the wheel, and look up. Seabirds eat sea fish, and I am using these fish as bait. The system only said creatures would not attack players and ships during the protection period. It never said we could not attack each other. I watched the sky with full anticipation, but this bird does not seem to notice the fish, or does not care, because it stays high and just keeps circling. I wait a long time without a dive, and instead I spot another chest on the water, and a chest does not wait. I steer over, stop paying attention to the bird, throw, hook it clean, and as the wood chest reaches the side and I am about to lift it aboard, something rushes me out of the corner of my eye. I unhook the grappling hook on reflex, spin, and throw. The iron hook lands clean, a shrill cry rings out, and I realize what I have hooked is the same seabird from above, another Black Spirit Gull. It tries to fly off. I hold the rope hard and drag it down, then grab the axe and end it with 1 swing. The system congratulates me on 6 portions of Black Spirit Gull meat and 1 portion of Black Spirit Gull blood. The corpse vanishes into meat and blood. The familiar fishy stench rolls over the deck, and I am grinning. The bird was clever enough to ambush me while I was working the chest. Then it hits me. I unhook the grappling hook from the chest, and the chest is still out there. I look. The chest has already drifted, so I gun the boat after it. Catch up fast since it has not gone far. Hook it again, haul it aboard. The system congratulates me on 2 wood, 1 hemp rope, and 1 glass. Glass is not an upgrade material, but it is critical for the desalination machine. After putting everything away, I realized this black spirit gull kill did not drop a chest, so killing a seabird does not guarantee a chest, which is probably true of every creature, and that is useful information. I push the thought away, scoop up the new blood, sling it into the water, stop the boat nearby, and sure enough, the fish attracting effect of the black spirit gull blood beats every other lure I could have used. The sea churns and I can see fish swarming below the surface, so I throw the hook, and it is fishing time. By the time the black spirit gull blood is fully diluted, I have caught 8 more fish, fewer than last time but heavier, and one of them is different from the rest. Phantom octofish, sea fish, good quality deep sea species, extremely fast, hard to catch, delicious, and for every catty consumed grants 1 point of a basic attribute. A fish that raises basic attributes. The phantom octofish only weighs about 2.5 pounds though, which works out to 2 basic attribute points if I eat the whole thing myself. But the surprises do not end there, because after it dies a chest appears beside it. Just a wooden one but still a chest. The system congratulates me on 1 wood, 1 hemp rope, and 1 metal scrap. So killing sea fish can also drop chests, and my pull rate just went up. I look at the sky, no birds for now, no chests in the water, so I drop down onto the deck and start cleaning the fish. I bleed them with the axe, clean out the organs, tie them with hemp rope, and soak them in seawater so the meat firms up and takes the salt. While they soak, I chop a piece of wood into small segments with the axe, light it with the lighter, lay 2 more pieces flat on either side of the fire, and just like that I have got a grill. Fortunately, the boat cannot burn for the first 3 days, otherwise lighting a fire on a wooden deck like this would be insane. Once the fish have soaked enough, I take them out and smoke them, smoking some, grilling some directly, turning some into dried fish, keeping some back for bird bait. The whole exercise just preservation. When the work is done, I put the phantom octofish on the rack and grill it whole, because I am not selling this one is mine. The first bite is surprisingly good, only the salt for seasoning, but the meat itself is delicious without anything else, and I eat the whole thing in one sitting. The system congratulates me on 2 points of strength. I check the panel, and my strength has climbed from 6 to 8, still below the adult average but a long way from where I started. After eating, I stand up and notice another chest drifting in, and this one is bronze. With experience and the talent now, salvaging it is automatic. The system congratulates me on 1 fertile black soil, 5 hemp rope, and 3 mineral water bottles. And the fertile black soil reads as good quality. Soil rich in nutrients that accelerates plant growth. Precious. I cannot use it yet, but its value is obvious. While I am enjoying the haul, the familiar cry comes again. Another black spirit gull. And I look up at the familiar silhouette and smile. About 15 minutes later, the bird gives in to the smell of the fish, drops in a steep dive, fails to lift any fish off the deck, and dies under my axe. 4 portions of meat, 1 portion of blood, no chest, so black spirit gulls can drop chests but the rate is low. The fish I have killed by now is over 20 and only 1 of those dropped a chest, so that rate is even lower. I pour the new black spirit gull blood into the water. The same scene plays out, and 10 minutes later 11 more fish are on the deck. No special fish this time, so I process them one by one. Through the rest of the daylight I lure and kill 2 more seabirds, catch 18 more fish, hook 2 more wood chests, nothing else drop in a chest, but even so the day's haul is heavy. By dusk I am sitting on 9 units of wood, 10 hemp rope, 24 portions of black spirit gull meat, 1 desalination machine blueprint, 1 lighter, 1 iron axe, 6 bottles of mineral water, 2 glass, 1 metal sheet, 1 fertile black soil, and 52 fish. I do not know what other players hauled today, but I would bet this is near the top of the leaderboard. The wood and hemp rope are still light though. The upgrade wants 30 of each, and if my efficiency over the next 2 days is the same as today, I will not make level 2 before the protection period ends. The system keeps repeating that the protection only lasts 3 days, which means whatever comes after is going to be dangerous, and only a level 2 boat gives me a fighting chance. If I cannot upgrade in time, my situation outside novice protection gets ugly, and I will not be the only one in trouble. I have perfect shot and I am still short on wood and hemp rope, so everyone else is going to be worse off. Sure enough, the channel is wall-to-wall wailing when I open it. People complaining the chests barely appear, and the ones that do cannot be hooked. People demanding the system come out and explain itself. People heartbroken at watching a bronze chest float past untouched. People startled there even are bronze chests. People who only have 2 wood and 3 hemp rope to show for a whole day. People begging for food. People offering 200 milliliters of fresh water for anything edible because they are starving. The channel has noticeably calmed since the morning panic, but the topics have shifted from existential confusion to begging. I open the trading channel, already a long list of orders, almost all of them asking for food and drink. The trade items offered in exchange wildly inconsistent, and I smile. I do not have much fresh water, but I have piles of fish and bird meat, and food is the thing. I type my first line into the communication channel since landing here, listing a batch of grilled fish, dried fish, smoked fish, and seabird meat on the trading channel. Limited quantities, first come first served. The message lands like a brick in still water. Half the channel reacts at once. Somebody floored that grilled fish and bird meat are even available. Somebody offering to be my lackey for a piece of grilled fish. Somebody offering video chat for a piece of meat. With most of the channel hungry or starving, dropping that much dried goods at once was always going to get attention, and my private messages explode instantly. On the trading channel, I price one portion of grilled fish at 5 wood or 5 hemp rope, and one portion of smoked or dried fish at 3 wood or 3 hemp rope. And even at 3, very few people can spare it, so a lot of buyers are trying to barter their way around the official price. I cull the threats, the insults, and the freeload begging out of my private messages, and keep only the people actually trying to trade. Someone offers 3 metal scraps for grilled fish. Someone offers 5 potatoes per portion. Someone offers 3 pieces of glass for 1 portion. And I had not expected the meat to be this hot. Of course, half the channel has nothing to eat and only a handful of survivors can offer food, so scarcity is doing the work. To me, anything tradable is acceptable because food is scarce early, and once everyone has plenty of food, my market dries up, so I would rather move what I can now. I work the trades, replying to every legitimate offer one by one. 3 metal scraps for 1 portion of grilled fish, fine. 5 potatoes, deal. 3 glass for 1 portion of smoked fish, accepted, even though 3 is light. Nobody knows what anything is worth yet, including me, so I just try to keep the trades moving. The early game in any system is about getting a position locked in, and one step ahead is always ahead. By the end of the session, I have pulled in 10 units of wood, 7 hemp rope, 7 glass, 5 plastic, and 5 potatoes, all basic materials. Either nobody has anything good yet, or the people with good things will not part with them, and some of my catch is left unsold for now. But nothing more is moving tonight. Most of the wood and hemp rope I need is in hand. If my luck holds, the boat should hit level 2 tomorrow. The hour is late. I close the channel and stretch out on the deck. The only sound is water against the hull. The breeze is light, and I drop off before I notice. When I wake, it is already early morning, and every muscle complains because the hard deck is no place to sleep. I stretch, and then I spot a chest drifting in the distance, and my back stops aching instantly. I bend, grab the grappling hook, stare it down, and the chest drifts close. The hook flies. The chest is mine. The system congratulates me on 1 wood and 2 stone, and stone is a new entry in the basic materials list, and anything from a chest is going to matter sooner or later, so I put it away. Lucky the stones are not big, otherwise the boat would be swamped with them. Inside 5 minutes, another chest, still wood, and the system congratulates me on 1 stone and 2 white sugar, both new. White sugar is interesting on its own, and my luck this morning is excellent. 2 chests in a few minutes. Then the familiar cry overhead, a black spirit gull, except this one is twice the size of the previous birds, and its pass over the deck carries actual pressure. Bigger or not, it is still a black spirit gull, and it is still the 2nd day of novice protection, so the system still has me covered. I spread the leftover fish across the deck and wait. This bird is bolder and dives almost immediately, so I throw the moment it bottoms out, the iron hook lands. The bird shrieks and beats its wings trying to climb. It is stronger than the previous ones. I am not braced for it. My feet skid out, and I land flat on the deck. This beast is strong. I tie the rope to the rudder as a brace. The hemp rope holds, and the boat itself cannot capsize for 1 more day, so the bird's escape attempt is doomed. The iron hook inside it bleeds its vitality out in under a minute, and it drops onto the deck. The system congratulates me on 10 portions of Black Spirit Gull meat, 2 portions of Black Spirit Gull blood, and 10 Black Spirit Gull feathers, and the legacy is significantly fatter than the previous birds, feathers included. And this kill drops a chest, but the chest is not wood and is not bronze, it is silver. So above bronze, the grades keep going, and I open the silver chest almost reluctant to break the moment. The system congratulates me on 1 refrigerator blueprint, 5 electronic components, 3 alloy, and 1 boat skill book. A silver chest exactly as rich as it should be. The refrigerator blueprint is huge for shelf life and for not having my food spoil in the heat, but I cannot use it yet. Even if I could craft it, I have no electricity. The electronic components and alloy are high-tier materials and will pay off later. What is immediately useful is the boat skill book, Gale, which raises the boat's speed by 50% for half an hour with a 1-day cooldown, and I learn it without hesitation. I am about to pour the new Black Spirit Gull blood into the sea to start fishing when something bumps the side of the boat. A wood chest has drifted right into me, and I take a second to register before I pick it up. The system congratulates me on 2 instant noodles and 1 hemp rope. 3 chests in this short a window is suspicious. So I open the channel and sure enough, half the channel is talking about it, people realizing the chest spawn rate has jumped. Comparing yesterday's 3 chest haul to today's 2.5 an hour, people complaining the chests are easier to see now, but still impossible to hook. The consensus being that almost everything coming out of the chests is basic materials. No water, no luxuries. So it is not luck, it is a system bump, and the system probably worries no one will upgrade in time. Either way, it is good news, but a higher chest rate does not translate to more supplies for everyone equally, because other players do not have perfect shot. By my read, chests drift with current but also bob, and the higher the grade, the faster and more violent the bob, so other players cannot catch every chest the way I can. I close the channel and get back to work, processing fish while watching the water for chests, listing everything I am not eating on the trading channel. The probability bump means most players are pulling upgrade materials, not food or water, so my fish keep moving. The system pings notifications: sold 1 grilled fish for 5 wood, sold 1 smoked fish for 3 hemp rope, and with everyone hungrier on day 2, business is good. By mid-morning, the materials for the boat upgrade are finally in. 30 wood, 30 hemp rope, both gathered, no hesitation. I open vessel info and select upgrade. A golden light swallows the boat. The glare is blinding and I shut my eyes by reflex, and when I open them again, the boat has changed completely. The old 4x1 wooden boat is gone. In its place, a new boat about 15 meters long and 3 meters wide. A wooden cabin at the stern, the rudder relocated from the bow to inside that cabin. The cabin must be the wheelhouse, and otherwise no other visible change. I duck into the wheelhouse, about 3 meters by 2, enough to fit a bed, and with a wheelhouse I no longer have to sleep out in the open. I have got shelter from wind and rain. The only thing missing is the bed itself, so I open vessel info again. Seo Neong's ship can be renamed. Level 2. Durability 500 out of 500. Speed 10 knots. Ship facilities none. Currently buildable crafting table. Storage box and mast. Ship skill gale. Upgrade requirements for the next tier 100 wood. 80 hemp rope. 60 metal scrap. The upgrade landed me speed, durability, and 3 buildable facilities. The crafting table needs 5 wood and 5 metal scrap. The storage box needs 5 wood and 3 hemp rope, and slightly delays food spoilage. The mast needs 10 wood, 3 metal scrap, and 5 hemp rope. The crafting table is the priority, because without it I cannot desalinate, and fresh water is even hotter on the market than my fish are. I am at 3 wood and 4 metal scrap right now, almost there, and the market has wood cheap because of the chest bump, but metal scrap is scarce and pricey. Since I am still missing a lot of materials for the desalination machine itself, I am in no rush to throw the crafting table up yet. I step out of the wheelhouse, scan the sea, see nothing new, and I am about to list the latest batch of black spirit gull meat on the trading channel, when I stop. The meat panel reads back at me: good quality, firm and delicious, rich in high protein every 5 portions consumed. Grants 1 point of a basic attribute. Meat that raises basic attributes. I almost just shipped it off, because the bigger black spirit gull from this morning was a good grade bird. That is why the meat is good grade. I hurry the 10 portions onto the fire to roast, because food that raises my stats stays with me. While the meat is cooking, a wood chest drifts in. I hook it, and the system congratulates me on 2 wood and 1 metal scrap, so my wood and metal scrap are now exactly enough for the crafting table. I open vessel info and select build crafting table. The system asks where to place it, and I pick the wheelhouse, sheltered from weather. After confirmation, a console-like fixture appears next to the rudder, tools laid across the top. I tap it. A virtual list opens, items I can craft right now. Bed, table, chair, water cup, basic living goods. All of it, and anything more complex needs a blueprint. The system detects my 2 crafting blueprints and asks whether I want to learn them, and I learn. The desalination machine blueprint and the refrigerator blueprint dissolve beside me, and the crafting table's list grows 2 new entries: desalination machine and refrigerator. I head back to the deck. The grilled meat is almost done. The flavor is light, just the salt the seawater put in. But this is not the moment to be picky about food. Having something to eat is enough, and this meat raises basic attributes too. Each portion is on the large side, so 2 or 3 at a sitting is my limit. Once I have spare wood, I want a storage box first. The refrigerator can wait because without electricity, a refrigerator is just furniture. The storage box at least slows spoilage, even if not as well as a refrigerator. I put the rest of the meat away and pull out a handful of the new black spirit gull blood, 2 portions from the bigger bird earlier. Lesson learned, and I check the info first. Black spirit gull blood, good quality, extremely pungent and fishy. Fatal allure to sea fish. Drinkable but highly likely to cause diarrhea, vomiting, and fever. Drink with caution. So it really is a step above ordinary black spirit gull blood. I sling it into the sea, and the water boils within seconds, more violent than before, like something is heating it from below. I throw the hook without waiting. A fish. Hauled up, tossed aside, throw again. The good quality blood holds its pull longer, so I keep going. And when it finally dilutes, there are 18 fish on the deck. No chest drops this round. I press the streak and sling the second handful of blood into the water. The reaction hits and I throw, and the moment the hook drops in, I can feel I have caught something. Then a massive force comes back through the rope, way past what I had braced for, and the rope yanks me flat onto the deck before I can react. Before I can even sit up, another surge hits and I slide across the boards. My head cracks against the wheelhouse wall at the stern, and the world spins. But I hold the rope. This is my only tool for getting supplies, and I cannot let go. The fish on the other end is too strong. Either I let go or the rope snaps, and either way I lose the grappling hook. I drag myself up, tie the rope to the helm to brace it, and yank open the trading channel. I burn 1 bottle of mineral water to buy 2 wood and 1 metal sheet. Normally that trade would gut me. Fresh water is the real hard currency right now, and trading it for 2 wood and 1 metal sheet is a clean loss. But the situation is not normal. I buy the materials, open the crafting table, and select spear. The spear's info reads common quality, a simple wooden metal weapon, modest lethality, do not get your hopes up, and a 2-meter spear appears in my hand. Like the basic stone axe or the iron axe, the spear needs no blueprint, just a crafting table and materials. And with the spear in hand, I am a little more confident. I carry it to the side of the boat. The hooked fish is nearly a meter long, the iron hook firmly buried in it. The water around it dyed red, and I drive the spear into it without hesitation, but only partway deep enough to hurt, not so deep that I lose the spear if the fish thrashes. Pull out, drive in, pull out, drive in. The fish's resistance fades, and once it is breathing more out than in, I drive the spear in for real. The head sinking deep into the body, and I drag it onto the boat with the last of my strength. It flops on the deck, splashing blood and seawater on me, and I do not care. I just sit and breathe and watch the movement get smaller until it stops. The system congratulates me on 20 portions of sword spirit fish meat. The body decomposes, and beside it a chest appears, bronze. Finally another chest, and the system congratulates me on 3 bottles of 500 milliliter iced cola, 3 electronic components, and 1 planting box. No blueprint. Which stings a little, but iced cola on this heat. Who refuses iced cola on a hot afternoon? I pick 1 bottle up, the bottle still misting cold air, like it came straight from a fridge, the chill biting into my hand and making the heat feel a little less brutal. I lick my lips, actually wanting to crack one open, but I hold back, because iced cola on the open market is a harder currency than fresh water, and drinking one would be wasteful. Once I have a refrigerator, I tell myself, I will drink one every day. I open the communication channel and post that I have 3 bottles of iced cola available. Private message me if interested. Putting them on the open trading channel would underprice them, and I do not have a price in mind anyway. So I let the buyers bid. Just as I expected, the channel detonates. Comments pile up immediately. Somebody almost in tears about the heat. Somebody claiming to be an internet celebrity named Yuchan Chin offering a friends list spot for 1 bottle. Somebody crying that they do not even have plain mineral water and accusing me of paying to win. Somebody offering to be my lackey forever. My private messages hit 99 plus instantly. I open my inbox, filter out the noise, keep only the serious offers. 10 wood for 1 bottle, 5 metal scrap and 3 glass, 20 wood, more if needed, everyone just guessing at price. The spread between offers enormous. What grabs me though are not the basic material bids, it is the offers with something special attached. The first I message back is the one with an iron pot crafting blueprint, and I ask them to send the blueprint over. The reply is instant. Iron pot crafting blueprint uses 3 metal scrap. I ask why they are parting with it. They tell me they just opened it from a bronze chest, originally planned to keep it, but iced cola was their favorite drink before the transmigration. Some are always at least 1 a day. At least 1 a day, I almost ask if they are worried about diabetes. Fine, deal. I lose 1 bottle of iced cola and gain an iron pot crafting blueprint, and the buyer signs off with a positive review and a thank you for what they call happy water. Second contact, the one with Chinese cabbage seeds. They confirm they have some. The system shows 5 portions. They want to keep 3 for themselves, so they can only offer 2. Seeds are useless to most people now and essential later, so parting with 2 is already a decision for them. But 2 is not enough, so I push for 4, and they balk. I tell them iced cola is so hot right now my private messages are exploding, and if they do not trade I can do better elsewhere. And in the mid to late game, seeds will be common, while their 2 cabbage seeds will be even less valuable. They go silent, and just as I think they have bailed, they come back with 3, no more. Take it or leave it. Deal. I lose a second bottle, gain 3 portions of Chinese cabbage seeds. The seed panel reads Chinese cabbage seeds. Common quality, plantable in soil to grow Chinese cabbage. Growth cycle, 10 days. Game world rules. The cycle is collapsed from real life. I put them away. I keep browsing for blueprints and seeds first. Those have the highest leverage. But the supply is small and the people who do have them are usually unwilling to part. Most offers are still basic materials, so it looks like the last bottle of iced cola is going to basic supplies. The value of iced cola lives entirely in the word iced, and once it warms up the price drops by half. I do not have a refrigerator. The day is hot, and if I do not move this bottle soon it becomes ordinary cola. Still saleable but no longer wild popular. Just as I am about to trade the last bottle for basic supplies, a new private message catches me, and my breathing accelerates the moment I read it. The seller offers an excellent quality item for 2 bottles of iced cola plus 10 wood, and they send the info. Ruyi telescopic rope, excellent quality, a hemp rope made of special materials, only usable on a grappling hook, length adjustable up to 200 meters, will never break, a grappling rope that can extend and retract at will, a rope that will never break. This is a divine artifact for someone with perfect shot. I have hidden limits on the talent, my strength and my rope length. The system-issued rope is about 5 meters, and no matter how heaven-defying the talent is, I cannot hook anything past that range. I have already verified that. Keep the distance inside 5 meters or no trigger. With the Rui telescopic rope, it changes completely. I could hook items dozens of meters away, maybe 100, as long as my strength holds. Catching seabirds and sea fish gets easier by orders of magnitude, and with this rope my grappling hook undergoes an earth-shattering upgrade, the talent growing with it. I am getting this rope. I open the negotiation by saying I want it, but the price is too high, and they push back. It is excellent quality. Very few excellent items exist in the whole world right now. That part is not a lie because I have cracked plenty of chests, even a silver one, and still have not pulled a single excellent item. So I switched tactics. I argue the rope is a white elephant. 5 meters is enough for almost everyone. Beyond that, nobody can throw accurately. Plenty of people cannot even hook a wooden chest with the standard 5-meter rope. So what is the point of a longer one? I am not letting them see how much I want it. Otherwise the price goes through the roof. They counter with longer means more chances per throw. I counter that a longer rope takes longer to retract. They ask if I am saying the rope is completely useless, and I tell them not completely useless. Just a white elephant, not even as good as many good quality items. They challenge me to give a price, having already half agreed it is a white elephant, so I offer 1 bottle of iced cola. Too little, they say, but I argue cola is rare. Iced cola is rarer. I just traded 2 bottles for 2 blueprints. This rope is not worth more than a blueprint. They counter, asking for more. I offer to add 2 hemp ropes. They want 4, I say 3. Final. My private messages are blowing up. Deal. 3 hemp ropes plus 1 bottle of iced cola. The rope appears in my hand, and I cannot keep the grin off my face. The system asks whether I want to replace the lower grade grappling rope. Yes. The grappling hook at my feet changes. The iron hook the same. The rope now a refined grappling rope. And I touch it. The texture is excellent. Not slick and not abrasive. Infinitely better than the hemp. Looking back at the discarded rope, the middle is damaged. Fibers shredded. Only a few thin strands holding it together, because the big fish from earlier nearly broke it for good. I figure I am the only person on the sea using a grappling hook to catch fish, and lucky I got the Rui telescopic rope when I did. Otherwise hooking chests later would have been rough. I tossed the damaged hemp away. The grappling hook's info now reads excellent quality, telescopic rope up to 200 meters will never break. The new rope bumped the whole hook from common to excellent. A chest drifts in, about 30 meters out. Perfect timing for a test run. I grip the rope in one hand, hook in the other, swing, throw hard. The iron hook flies and the rope feeds out from its starting 5 meters. The hook never falls into the sea. The chest is too far for a straight throw. The hook is going wide. A normal grappling hook would have failed here. But perfect shot kicks in. The iron hook diverts mid-air, banks straight at the chest and drops onto it with a clean smack. The hook is on the chest. I retract. The rope shortens from 30 meters back to 5, and I pull the rest in by hand. So the Rui telescopic rope works in a 5 to 200 meter window. Useful to know. The chest gives me 2 wood, 1 hemp rope, and 1 glass, the glass and ice bonus. I look at the sword spirit fish meat, the fish that almost broke my rope and bumped my head. The meat I had high hopes for, but the info kills them on contact. Sword spirit fish meat, common quality, poor texture, full of bones, sour, suitable as fishing bait. Common, and I am disappointed, because the sword spirit fish was the biggest sea fish I have hooked yet, surprisingly strong, and I assumed at least good quality. Common, with bad meat I cannot eat or sell, and the carcass would have been a write-off if not for the bronze chest it dropped. So I take the bright side. A common sea fish dropping a bronze is still a win. The sword spirit fish meat I keep as bait for seabirds. The sky is clear of birds right now, so I move on to plant the Chinese cabbage. I had told the seller earlier that almost nobody can plant Chinese cabbage seeds right now, which is true, because most people have not even solved basic food and water, and I am clearly not one of them. I have a planting box in the fertile black soil from earlier chests, so that is the full kit. The planting box reads common quality, a vessel used for planting on the sea, weak ability to regulate temperature and humidity, and the fertile black soil reads good quality. The planting box is a wooden crate 2 meters long, 1 meter wide, 50 centimeters deep, with small gaps at the bottom for drainage and ventilation. I spread the soil across the bottom, 1 portion of fertile black soil just enough to cover 1 box. Then I take out the seeds and plant them. 1 planting box exactly enough for 1 portion of seeds. The proportions are so neat they have to be the system's doing. I put the other 2 portions of seeds away, lay grilled fish onto the fire, keep my eyes on the sea for chests, and glance up every so often for seabirds. The processed fish goes onto the trading channel, and with more items going up by the hour, my grilled fish is no longer a standout. Popularity is average, but a sale here and there still trickles in. I know this run will not last forever. As more chests spawn, more boats hit level 2, and once they do they can build a crafting table. And at a crafting table they can make fishing rods without a blueprint. Fishing is the obvious choice out here. It kills time, gives food, sometimes drops chests, and once the channel is full of anglers, fish prices crash and my competition on the trading channel multiplies. So I sell now, even at lower prices than I would like, because something is better than nothing. By nightfall I am sitting cross-legged in the wheelhouse, eating grilled good quality black spirit gull meat and watching the channel scroll past. The channel is much busier at night than during the day, because by day everyone watches the water for chests, but at night visibility drops and chests are nearly impossible to spot unless one bumps the boat, so almost nobody scavenges and almost everyone chats. In this world with no other entertainment, chat across screens has become everyone's hobby. The channel rolls past, someone proudly counting 3 chests for the day, someone topping them with 5, someone furious they cannot hook a single chest no matter how many throws, someone telling them to just practice, someone begging food because they have not eaten in 2 days, and getting roasted for being a freeloader. Someone mourning a grappling hook lost overboard on day 1, and getting 2 seconds of channel pity. A Lunar New Year jab about not even passing his college entrance exam. Then somebody bragging that their ship is almost ready to upgrade. Somebody else only 5 wood short. Somebody warning that the protection period ends in a day and predicting non-upgraded boats get eliminated. Somebody calling that paranoia. Somebody else snapping that calling this a game at this point is delusional. Then a self-declared alliance recruiting members. A follow-up asking how many members are already in. The recruiter admitting just himself. Then a player flexes a photo of a desert eagle, and the channel loses its mind. +1, +10,000. Human adaptability really is something, because 2 days ago this whole channel was talking about houses, cars, and stocks, and now almost everyone is talking about chests, resources, ship upgrades, and survival. The shift has been remarkably fast, and I have made the same shift myself. The channel also confirms what I already suspected, that plenty of other people are getting lucky on items and I am not alone in the lottery. Billions of people from across the globe have been transported here. So I will not be the only one with a golden finger, and there is no point comparing. I just want to survive, and live a long time doing it. People are already discussing alliances, and the emergence of alliances was always a matter of time, because trading what you have for what you need inside a group is a strong play. My personal pressure is not high right now, so an alliance does not appeal to me yet, but for most people pooling resources is the best survival route they have got. 2 pieces of the good quality black spirit gull meat at dinner brings my day's total to exactly 5 portions, and the system reward lands right after. The system congratulates me on 1 point of strength. Strength again. Not bad, because the attribute is randomized, so I am just grateful it is strength. Right now, strength is what matters most, since I have got a grappling hook that reaches 200 meters, but my current strength cannot even attempt a 200-meter throw, so the excellent grappling hook is not running at full capacity. The only way to unlock its potential is to keep growing my strength, and once I can throw 200 meters, every chest, every fish, every bird inside that radius becomes mine, which is exciting just to picture. I stand, stretch, and take stock of my supplies. 18 wood, 11 hemp rope, 1 lighter, 1 iron axe, 5 bottles of mineral water, 12 glass, 2 metal sheets, 24 portions of fish, 6 plastic, 5 potatoes, 7 stone, 2 portions of white sugar, 10 black spirit gull feathers, 8 electronic components, 3 alloy, 2 instant noodles, 1 spear, 2 small buns, and 2 sets of Chinese cabbage seeds. Plus 3 learned blueprints and a Chinese cabbage patch growing. Shame no bronze chest this afternoon, only basic materials, but still. Against the field on day 2, this is outstanding. The desalination machine is my priority, and it wants 20 plastic, 10 glass, 10 metal sheet. So I only have enough glass and I am short on plastic and metal sheet. Tomorrow is the last day of the novice protection period, and whatever changes when it ends, I do not know yet. The boat is upgraded and my stats are better, but I would feel a lot safer at level 3, and the materials for level 3 are too steep, definitely not happening by end of tomorrow. I put everything away and lie down on the wheelhouse floor staring at the ceiling. Even now, this still feels like another lifetime. The channel is full of phrases like I miss home and I want to go back. So I sigh and push the thoughts aside. Since I am here, I might as well make the most of it. I cannot change the teleport. Only adapt. And my start has not been bad. Morning, and the sun is already well above the horizon when I wake. I eat 2 small buns, drink a bottle of water, and head out onto the deck. A chest is drifting at distance. A few seconds later and it would have been gone. And I cannot let it go. I chase it down, return to the deck, grab the grappling hook, and throw with force. First hook of hope, I tell myself. The iron hook arcs beautifully and lands terribly, but the auto-aim kicks in mid-flight and the hook lands clean. Wood, plastic, a wooden chest, no complaints, because wood chests have the highest spawn rate and any chest is a good chest. While I am putting the materials away, calls come from the sky, but the silhouettes today are not black spirit gulls. There are 6 or 7 of them flocking, not solo, and I get excited. The crafting table lets players make fishing rods, which crushes my fish market, but bird meat is not affected. Because catching seabirds is hard, bows and arrows need a blueprint, not everyone is a marksman. Hitting a bird high in the sky from a rocking deck is brutal. Even the guy with the desert eagle would struggle, and if he hits one, the bird might drop into the water and be lost. So bird meat keeps its premium for a long time, and I want more bird meat. I check the flock, and the info reads back at me. Moonglow swallow, seabird, common quality, lives on the ocean, feeds on sea fish, lives in groups. Its feathers reflect silver-white moonlight under the moon and are a rare crafting material. Not black spirit gulls, as I had guessed, because their appearance is completely different from the black spirit gull. Plump body, gray-brown head and back, snow-white feathers on the belly, underwings, and face, prettier than the black spirit gull. The flock circles at maybe 100 meters above the boat, and since they will not come down, I will bring them down. I grip the grappling hook, swing, and throw upward with everything, the hook climbing 20 or 30 meters before losing momentum and dropping back toward the sea. My face burns. I overestimated my arm because strength is only 9, still below the adult male average. Throwing upward is straining, and 20 or 30 meters is honestly already a good performance. Over 100 meters is not happening today. Since direct action will not work, I wait, laying the spoiled sword spirit fish meat flat on the deck. The day is hot and the unprocessed sword spirit fish has been spoiling for a while. Pungent now, which may or may not work as bird bait. If only I had live fish, because live fish flop, and that movement is more attractive to birds, more likely to lure them down. But sea fish caught on the iron hook do not survive long. They die on the deck even if I leave them alone, so live fish are hard to get. The spoiled sword spirit fish has limited appeal to the moonglow swallows. I wait patiently for half an hour with no dives, but they do not fly off either. They follow the boat, which is hope at least. As long as they do not leave, I have got a shot. During the half hour I salvage another wood chest, 2 wood and a pack of compressed biscuits. No more chests in sight, the birds refusing to land. I am bored, so I open the channel. The morning chatter is less wild than the night chatter but still busy. Somebody hammering through their upgrade, somebody 2 units short, somebody falling behind and getting roasted, somebody pointing out the crafting table can make fishing rods, somebody else complaining they do not have materials to build a crafting table because the upgrade burned everything. Somebody noting metal prices on the trading channel are skyrocketing because the crafting table is the key facility and metal scrap drop is low. Then a string of fishermen, somebody with 30 years of fishing experience desperate to make a rod, somebody seeking a metal and wood partnership for a shared rod, somebody asking if taking turns fishing is really a thing. Most of the channel is talking about upgrades in fishing. Predicted because there is not much to do out here. Fishing kills time, gives food, earns resources. The fishing rod itself takes only 1 wood and 1 hemp rope. No blueprint, so I can fish 2. Since I have meat but I lack live fish. And fishing kills time anyway. I head to the wheelhouse and craft a fishing rod. About 5 meters long, thin, transparent line. Fishing rod, fishing line. Common quality. Very crude rod paired with a very ordinary line. Do not expect to catch big fish or be prepared to lose it. The system's own evaluation confirms my doubt. Catching ordinary fish is fine. Hooking a big one means the rod breaks or the line snaps. And quality is common, which implies higher quality rods exist. Letting it sit would waste it. So I hook a piece of sword spirit fish meat onto the line and cast into the sea. I was a freshwater fisherman before the transmigration, so the basics are not new. Sea fishing differs from freshwater, but I get the rhythm fast. While fishing, I keep an eye on the sky and the sea, chests and birds being far more valuable than ordinary fish. The spoiled sword spirit fish meat lost most of its appeal to the birds, but still hits hard with sea fish. The rod twitches almost immediately. I lift, and a fish is on the hook. Ice thorn pufferfish, sea fish, common quality, ocean species, favors decaying matter, lives in schools. Catch one and the whole school comes. A whole school right here. I stop the boat, because the black mist behind me moves at 5 knots, my level 2 boat at 10, and even if I linger here the mist cannot catch me, so I can fish in peace. Spoiled sword spirit fish meat is already excellent bait, and these ice thorn pufferfish love decay. No wonder they bit so fast. I toss the gasping ice thorn pufferfish onto the deck and let it flop. Then I glance up at the moonglow swallows and cast again. The system was right. Fresh casts at the same spot pull more bites fast. And inside 10 minutes, I have caught 8 ice thorn pufferfish, and I do not bother stowing them. I let them flop in a pile, the movement loud and visible. Just as I am about to cast again, the moonglow swallows finally drop. The flock diving at the deck and aiming for the pile of flopping fish. Finally, the grappling hook is already at my side, so I drop the rod, grab the hook, and throw decisively when the birds bottom out at about 10 meters. The moonglow swallows split on the throw, some twisting to climb, others charging on toward the fish, unable to give up the food even with the danger right in front of them. Men die for wealth, and birds die for food, and the iron hook lands on a moonglow swallow. It shrieks, wings beating fast enough to blur, but cannot break the hook's hold, and the rope drags it down. 2 moonglow swallows dive past me onto the deck and snatch 2 ice thorn pufferfish before lifting off again. I cannot stop that one grappling hook, only 1 throw per cycle, and they are too fast for a second throw, but 1 is enough. The hooked moonglow swallow lands on the deck, and I grab the iron axe and kill it in 1 stroke. The system congratulates me on 6 pieces of moonglow swallow meat and 3 moonglow swallow feathers. No blood. Disappointing because seabird blood is great for luring fish, but the moonglow swallow does not drop any. Instead, 3 more feathers, and the feather panel reads good quality, special feather from a moonglow swallow. Excellent crafting material. Good quality, surprising for a common bird, which says the moonglow swallow's feathers are extraordinary. The cries come again, the escaped moonglow swallows still circling high above. Even the two that ate did not leave, as if one fish was not enough. Good, because as long as they keep circling, I keep getting chances. It is like gambling. The house does not fear you winning, it fears you stopping. As long as you keep playing, they win in the end, and these moonglow swallows will eventually become souls under my axe. A chest floats in. I drop the rod and steer over, and as it nears, I light up, because this is a bronze chest. Up to now, everything I have salvaged off the water has been wood. The bronze and silver chests I have gotten were drops from kills, not from the surface, so my luck is finally turning. The excellent grade grappling hook makes the bronze chest a formality, and the system congratulates me on 3 metal scrap and 1 bearing. That is it. After all that buildup, I was hoping for a blueprint. No blueprint, just metal scrap and a bearing I do not know how to use yet. Metal scrap is urgent at least, so not a total loss. I pick the rod back up and cast again, because the ice thorn pufferfish school is not done. More bites come fast, and I keep stacking the catch on the deck as bait. 5 minutes later, 2 more pufferfish landed. The moonglow swallows give in again and dive. The grappling hook lands clean on another bird. Anything caught by this hook has never managed to slip free, and this may be a hidden trait of perfect shot. 6 more pieces of moonglow swallow meat, 3 more feathers, only 1 ice thorn pufferfish lost from the deck, which is improvement. The moonglow swallows never leave, and I can already see how this ends. An hour later, all 7 of them have died under my axe. 42 pieces of meat, 21 feathers, plus 17 ice thorn pufferfish on the deck. The school finally runs dry, no more bites at the spot, so I restart the boat, and while we sail I process the moonglow swallow meat. The texture is close to black spirit gull meat. Without seasoning, the roasted version is not great, and seasonings exist on the market but they are snatched up the second they appear and prices are brutal. This is not yet the time to splash on flavor. Eating my fill is the goal, eating well comes later. After listing the processed moonglow swallow meat on the trading channel, I keep fishing, and while I work, everyone else races to develop, because nobody knows what is coming after the novice protection ends, so everyone is preparing. Wood and hemp rope prices are climbing as people scramble for level 2 before the deadline. The channel keeps rolling. Somebody finally hitting level 2. Somebody bragging they already built a crafting table. Somebody worshipping the big shots while their boat is still level 1. Somebody proposing the upgraded players give materials to the unupgraded. Somebody snapping back that nobody is anybody's father. Somebody mocking moral kidnapping in a transmigration. Then an alliance recruiting level 2 boats. Somebody wanting in but still level 1, getting told off for not meeting requirements. I watch while I fish, never bored, and as more boats upgrade and crafting tables come online, the trading channel fills with fish and prices on my catch start to slip. Bird meat market holds though, then my rod jerks hard, a fish on, and I yank it up only to feel the force is massive enough that the rod bows into an arc, instantly. I am not braced, my feet slip, and I almost go down before I realize it is a big fish, the kind I knew would come for me eventually, with zero joy left on my face. The pull vanishes, the rod snaps back to straight, I reel in, and more than half the line is gone with the hook. The line snapped, and a bitter smile is all I have left, because I had predicted this earlier, just not this soon. Even in the real world there are big fish in the sea. In this game world they are more numerous and stronger. Ordinary rod and line can catch ordinary fish. Hook a big one and either rod breaks or line snaps. So the trading market has fish but is not flooded, which makes sense. No hook means no fishing, so I set the rod aside and sit on the deck scanning for chests. With fishing out and birds gone, hooking chests is the only play, and even with the bump, chests do not appear every moment. 10 a day is the ceiling and most people only land half. Mine is already at level 2, so the upgrade pressure is off, but extra resources never hurt. A chest drifts in, and as I stand up another chest floats in from a different direction, so either they do not show up at all, or they show up 2 at a time. My grappling hook is long enough that I do not have to wait for either chest to close. I take both, and the system congratulates me on 3 hemp rope and 2 stone, then 2 plastic and 2 wood. Wood chests, basic materials, normal at this point. By sunset, I have pulled a few more. All wood, no bronze. More disappointing because after the moonglow swallow flock, I have not seen another seabird all day. Lucky there were 7 in that flock or I would be hurting. Visibility crashes after sundown, and chest hunting becomes near impossible. So I sit by the fire, roast meat, and watch the channel. The night chatter rolls past. Somebody 2 hemp ropes short for upgrade begging for 2, and promising 3 back. Somebody starving, somebody asking why they do not just buy off the trading channel, and getting hit back that the wood and hemp rope is being saved for the upgrade. Somebody pointing out nobody knows how long they will live, so there is no later. Somebody triumphant about fishing 2 fish today. Somebody pointing out plenty of people can fish now. Somebody warning that common rods only handle small fish. Then someone famous from the entertainment industry promising 200,000 won when they get back, and the channel piling on that anyone still thinking about getting back is delusional. The chat is still busy, and even with the chest bump, plenty of people could not upgrade, and plenty are short on food and water, especially fresh water. I think about my own day, 10 chests, everyone hooked, only one mineral water bottle in the lot, so the drop rate on fresh water is brutally low. In the past, one bottle covered a day. In this heat, one bottle is nowhere near enough. Water is hard currency. I have thought it before, and now I am certain. I take stock of the desalination machine materials. 12 glass, 8 metal sheet, 12 plastic, enough glass, short, 2 metal sheet, and 8 plastic. But there is hope. Today's plastic and metal sheet haul slightly outran my expectations, putting me one step closer, and if I rely only on scavenging to fill the gap, it is at least another day or two, maybe longer with bad luck, so better to buy from the market. With the novice protection wrapping up, prices on wood, hemp rope, and metal sheet are climbing steadily. But plastic has actually dipped, mostly because nobody uses it yet. The long-sighted hoard, but most cannot afford to think past the present. I check my other resources: 27 wood, 16 hemp rope, 5 bottles of mineral water, wood and hemp rope up, mineral water flat. I actually pulled 1 bottle today, but the heat and thirst burned it. And holding flat at 5 is already frugality. After some thought, I list 1 bottle of mineral water on the trading platform. Wood and hemp rope are hot, but I am short on both myself, and mineral water I have 5 of. And once the desalination machine is online, fresh water becomes a non-issue, so 5 bottles will not matter. I set the price at 1 bottle for 10 metal sheet or 10 plastic, worried nobody would bite, and the 2 bottles I tentatively listed get snatched up instantly, both paid in plastic. I trade 2 bottles for 20 plastic. Looking at the plastic stack on the deck, I am dazed, because 3 days of scavenging had not produced this much plastic. Fresh water really is hard currency, but I am still short 2 metal sheet, and trading 1 bottle of water for 10 metal sheet will not fly, because prices on wood, hemp rope, and metal sheet are all rising, and plastic is the only metal class material discounted. To get metal sheet, I have to lower the ask, so I list another bottle at 8 metal sheet, no plastic this time. 10 minutes pass with no takers. Then a private message, someone offering 5 metal sheet for 1 bottle, pleading they have not had water in 3 days. 5 is light, but checking the market, current metal sheet prices are not low. I think about it and accept, because half a day with no takers at my price means my price was too high, and I only need 2 more metal sheet. I cannot stay stuck here forever. Deal. Lose 1 bottle, gain 5 metal sheet. All desalination machine materials are now in. So I walk to the crafting table, select desalination machine, and begin crafting. Surprisingly, crafting takes time. Fortunately, only 10 minutes, because spear and fishing rod were instant. But this one takes a wait. Must be a blueprint thing. 10 minutes is fine. I browse the market while waiting. Browsing reveals several good items: cooking seasonings, an air conditioner blueprint, fertilizer. Most listings are still basic materials, but the trickle of good things is starting, so I should browse more often when I am idle. Even at my luck, I cannot pull everything I need. Trading is essential, and the good things are not urgent though. Seasoning is nice but not necessary. Fill the stomach first. Eat well later. The air conditioner blueprint is similarly useless until I have electricity. Otherwise, it is just furniture. Fertilizer is niche. Almost nobody can plant on a boat yet, but I can. So useless to others is useful to me. The seller's price is light too. 5 units of fertilizer for 1 wood. So I spend 4 wood and clean them out. 20 units of fertilizer. Then I message the air conditioner blueprint seller. Their price is 50 wood or 50 hemp rope. I ask for a discount. They tell me the price is not high, which means they did not refuse outright, which means there is room. I tell them no one can afford 50 wood or 50 hemp rope right now. The blueprint is not even a necessity. They wait it out, telling me they are not in a hurry. A blueprint is a blueprint. Everyone knows the value. I push. An air conditioner is not urgent. Even on Earth, not every household had one. Here it is a luxury. Who is going to dump 50 units of upgrade material for the privilege of looking at it? They go silent, then ask what I would offer. 1 500 milliliter bottle of mineral water. Too little, they say, but I push back, comparing the bottle to 10 wood at current rates, predicting the price will rise, arguing freshwater is the only true hard currency on the sea. The seller softens but does not fold yet. I add 2 wood. They want 10 wood and 10 hemp rope. Back and forth, eventually we settle. 1 bottle of mineral water plus 3 wood and 2 hemp rope for the air conditioner blueprint. I can live with that because an air conditioner is not a necessity now or later, but having one would improve quality of life noticeably on this scorching sea. If they had refused, I would have walked. This is not worth a fortune. Blueprint in hand, I use it, and my crafting table now has 4 blueprints learned. The desalination machine finishes right then. This thing is important and precious, so I place it inside the wheelhouse, even though it shrinks the interior, because the novice protection ends tomorrow and I do not want anything important sitting on the open deck. The machine reads common quality, can desalinate seawater into drinkable water, currently converts 800 milliliters of seawater into 500 milliliters of drinking water per hour. 500 milliliters per hour is decent. 24 bottles of equivalent over a day. Not thrilled with the conversion rate, but not disappointed. Then I noticed the word currently, so this machine can be upgraded, but how? The system does not say. Open question. I fill the machine's intake container with seawater. The output container is connected by a plastic tube, and the desalinated water flows in as it is processed. The output capacity is about 20 liters. Once filled, it will run unattended for a long time. And there is a tap at the bottom for drawing water. Simple, easy to operate. I should probably make a wooden bucket to transfer the output into. The water cannot live in the container forever, but the desalination has just started. No rush. Late afternoon. I use the crafting table to spend 3 wood and make a single bed, because the crafting table only makes single beds without a blueprint. A single is just enough for me to lie down, and with the bed in there, the wheelhouse feels even more cramped. But tonight, I sleep on something other than wood. Novice protection ends tomorrow. No idea what changes, and I have done everything I could in 3 days. If I cannot dodge disaster after this, I will accept fate. I drift off staring at the ceiling, and when I wake it is already bright. I eat the last piece of good quality black spirit gull meat, drink some water, and the system grants one more basic attribute point. Constitution this time. I wanted strength, but I do not get to choose, so I head out onto the deck and breathe in, and the system notification rolls into my head, into every player's head simultaneously. The system congratulates everyone on safely passing the novice protection period, but tells us not to celebrate. The voyage ahead will be dangerous. From this moment, the black mist speed doubles from 5 to 10 knots. The warning still stands that anyone swallowed by the black mist perishes instantly. From this moment, ships are no longer protected, they can be destroyed and capsized. Players are no longer protected and may suffer any form of attack. The terrifying existences on the seabed will be most active during the deep of the night and may also appear during the day. The world channel opens. A nautical log section is added. Sea merchants and pirates are added. The merchants sell items at unfixed locations, and as for pirates, we understand. Random islands are added. The island's contents are unknown, possibly rich resources, possibly hidden dangers. Choose carefully. The system tells us the game officially begins, and the mechanical voice carries a hint of something almost like schadenfreude on the last line, wishing us all happy playing. The novice protection has ended. Real or imagined, I feel the sea rise and fall harder than before. The waves a few degrees larger. I scan for chests, find none, and process the update. First, no more protection. External dangers can destroy ships and kill players. That alone justifies higher vigilance, because even in the real world, the ocean was extraordinarily dangerous, and humanity never truly conquered it, and here it is 100 times worse. Second, the horrors beneath the sea. The system mentioned them on day 1, but nobody saw any during protection, and the system keeps warning these things are not ordinary. I glance at the spear and iron axe at my feet, slightly reassured because I am not defenseless. Then the world channel, and I open the communication channel. The regional channel is now joined by the world channel. 1 message per day. Both are scrolling fast. Players spamming about the update. The content all but indecipherable from speed. Somebody asking what the horrors are. Somebody else saying they will find out tonight. Somebody begging for help because the black mist is closing and their ship is not upgraded. Somebody asking where the traveling merchant is and wanting to buy everything. Somebody asking about pirate rewards. Somebody else telling them to run on site. Somebody asking if anyone has found an island. The information rolls past too fast for anything useful, normal. The update just dropped. Nobody knows anything yet. But I notice numbers in the top right of each channel. Regional reads 100,000 and world reads 7,656,784,532. Player counts 100,000 in my region, more than 7 billion in the world. I close the channel and open the navigation log. A new section. Date new calendar 1/1. Location Sea of Wuwang. Temperature 20 to 31 degrees Celsius. Weather sunny. Wind power level 1 to 2. Events none for now. Nice. The navigation log will make things significantly easier. 3 other new things. Traveling merchants, pirates, islands. The merchant needs a second resource channel, though I do not yet know what currency they take. Surely not wooden hemp rope. Those are for player barter, but the system introduced merchants, so there is a way to trade with them. Pirates are obviously another difficulty layer. I have never met one, but every movie and novel from before says these people kill and loot by reflex. So if I meet one, I run. Islands are special. Normal that islands exist on the sea, but what is on each one is unpredictable. Players choose whether to land, so islands are opportunity. Another resource path. As for the black mist, I am not worried. Level 2 speed is 10 knots, same as the black mist now, and I upgraded back when the black mist was only 5 knots, so I am well ahead. The gale scale is in my pocket too, so the black mist is not catching me. I take stock and feel the pressure all the same, because the talent has bought me an edge, but the edge is not a guarantee. I have to keep pushing. A chest drifts in, and the waves are larger so the bob is more violent. Harder to hook, but not for me. The iron hook lands clean, the rope retracts, the chest pulls to the side of the ship, and a new behavior shows up. The chest does not need manual lifting. It appears on the deck automatically. The system probably worried that taller ships at higher levels would make lifting chests over the side a chore, which is convenient. The system congratulates me on 1 wood, 1 stone, and 2 spicy strips. A wood chest. Not my snack of choice, but some people will love them, so I list them on the trading platform. Just as I list the spicy strips, a second chest catches my eye, and I throw again. The iron hook lands clean. But as I am pulling the chest in, a massive seabird suddenly dives down out of the sky, aims straight at me, fast, so fast I barely register it before it is almost on the ship. A massive shadow falls over me. I turn instinctively and see 2 talons like daggers, the kind that shred any target. Terror without thought. I roll on the spot and barely dodge the strike, and while rolling I keep retracting, dragging the chest aboard fast. The bird, having missed, climbs and circles high, 3 meters of wingspan at full spread. And if I had not reacted in time, those talons would have hauled me into the sky, and once off the boat, death is the only outcome. I never noticed when it appeared, or where from. The bird is still circling, not done yet, and with the novice protection over, the creatures have gotten more aggressive. I do not dare be careless. I speed up reeling, get the chest fully aboard, ignore opening it, go straight to the wheelhouse, tie one end of the grappling hook rope to the helm, loop it around the single bed and the crafting table for extra security, then step out with the iron claw in hand. Lucky the rope is long enough for this setup. Other players cannot do what I am doing. I mutter at the bird to come down. Without perfect shot, I would not dare target it, but with the talent and a telescopic rope, I have leverage. Because a bird this large drops a serious haul of meat, even if no chest comes. The bird seems to sense my hostility and circles a few times, then dives again, and this time the oppression is real, a pressure as it approaches, the shadow on the deck, my heart racing, but I do not dodge. To make it work, I only throw when it is less than 20 meters above me. At the same time, I see the info. Sea tiger eagle, seabird, good quality, ferocious by nature, resembles both a tiger and an eagle. Talons that shred anything, highly aggressive, often takes the initiative to attack sailors. One of the most hated seabirds by mariners. Good grade, no wonder it is this big and this fierce. And good grade seabirds almost always drop chests, so my anticipation jumps. The sea tiger eagle notices the throw. Does not dodge immediately, only barely sidesteps as the hook is about to hit, because it has been attacked by sailors many times. Every time it dodged easy, it has grown used to human attacks. But this time it is careless, because after the iron hook passes it, the hook turns mid-air, changes direction, keeps flying toward it. The sea tiger eagle, thinking it dodged, focuses on me, does not see the hook turn, and the hook even accelerates on the turn. The iron hook stabs into its back. The sea tiger eagle shrieks and flaps to climb and escape. No chance. I retract. The Rui telescopic rope retracts automatically. No hauling required. I run back to the wheelhouse, then back to the deck with the iron axe, and as the rope retracts, the sea tiger eagle's escape collapses. Its strength is real. It could lift an adult male, but it cannot beat the rope's retraction, and it struggles all the way down to the deck. Scree. Its cry now full of despair. Struggling harder. The boat actually rocks under the force. Shocked. This is a level 2 boat. 15 meters long, 3 meters wide, and a single struggling bird is rocking it. On a level 1 boat, it would have capsized. Lucky I upgraded, otherwise I would be choosing between losing the grappling hook and losing the boat. The sea tiger eagle lands on the deck. I raise the axe and bring it down on its head, dead on the spot. The system congratulates me on 50 portions of sea tiger eagle meat, 3 portions of sea tiger eagle blood, and 8 sea tiger eagle talons. And next to the corpse, a silver chest. I open the chest, and the system congratulates me on 1 generator blueprint, 3 electronic components, 2 alloy, 50 deep sea coins, and 1 bedding set. Generator blueprint. I have the refrigerator and air conditioner blueprints already, and both need electricity, which I now have a path to. Electricity is on the table. The generator blueprint reads, can be used to craft a generator for power supply, requires 50 metal scrap, 10 electronic components, 10 alloy, 10 plastic, 1 bearing. A lot of materials, but I already have the bearing and some of the electronic components and alloy. The rest can come from chests or the market. The generator is just around the corner, and once it is online, the boat changes shape. Survivability and comfort both jump. The generator's value is extreme. I pick up a deep sea coin, the size of a 1-1 coin from before. Sea blue across, like the ocean itself. Deep sea coin, the only currency circulating on the ocean, used to buy from sea merchants or for player-to-player trades. Official currency is answered, and once it spreads, everyone can ditch barter. Trading gets significantly easier. I put the coins away. The 4-piece bedding set goes into the wheelhouse, but the single bed does not fit it well, and I do not have a quilt yet, so the set sits idle for now. The wood chest from before, I never opened it. I open it now. 2 wood, 1 hemp rope, 1 plastic, 2 deep sea coins. Standard wood chest, but the deep sea coins surprise me, so the currency really does roll out to players fast. Sea tiger eagle meat, good quality, firm with excellent texture, rich in protein. Every 10 portions grants 1 random basic attribute point. Meat that raises attributes again. 50 portions equals 5 points. The sea tiger eagle is large. 50 portions of meat tracks. Sea tiger eagle blood, good quality, fresh blood, can be used for alchemy. Alchemy, surprising. I had assumed this blood was just another fish lure, but apparently not. I have no recipes yet, but collecting materials early cannot hurt. I need containers though. 3 portions of blood will dry on the deck. I head to the wheelhouse and use the crafting table to make glass cups. 1 glass yields 3 250 milliliter glass cups, and the blood goes in the cups. Sea tiger eagle talons, good quality, exceptionally sharp, can be used to craft or upgrade weapons. Another good quality item, all 3 legacy items are good, every one extraordinary, plus the silver chest. The sea tiger eagle kill is massive. I keep working chests while the channel opens in the background. The chat finally calmed after the initial detonation. Somebody quietly leaks the secret that killing seafish has a chance to drop chests. Somebody else confirming it. Somebody asking how. Getting told you catch them then kill them. Somebody dropping that the underwater situation is not very different from the oceans on Blue Star, that they explored during novice protection, but would not dare today. Somebody begging 2 wood because the black mist is closing. Somebody else mocking them with go ahead and die. Then somebody asks if anyone else has noticed people in the region already dying. Somebody confirming and asking how non-upgraded boats died if the black mist had not reached them yet. But nobody knows. A skeptic insists nobody is actually dying, the whole thing is a scam, and gets shut down by someone telling them it is day 4 already. Idiots like them deserve to be eliminated. The chat keeps rolling. Alliance recruiting, requests for blueprints, trades for fresh water and metal. The secret about killing fish for chests was always going to spread, because the crafting table makes fishing rods. Anyone catching a fish has a chance for a chest. The rest is inevitable. Someone died. My gaze drops to the upper right of the regional channel, and the number that was 100,000 now reads 99,987. If that number really is the player count in my region, then yes, people have died, and more than just one. With the system warning danger over and over, the possibility was always high. Only, how did they die? The black mist has not reached the level 1 players yet, so those dozen plus dead are not from the mist. And if not the mist, then what? I have no answer, but it is a reminder. This world is genuinely dangerous. Even something unremarkable could kill a person. Noon, and after hooking another chest I start lunch. Today's roast sea tiger eagle meat, and with protection over and the boat now flammable, I stack a few stones together and lay wood across the top, so the flame does not touch the deck. The meat starts sizzling and taking on a glaze, the smell already remarkable, and I close my eyes and breathe it in, almost drunk on it. I have roasted meat plenty of times. This is the most fragrant by a wide margin, because the black spirit gull meat was decent at best without seasoning and only its own quality saved it. The sea tiger eagle meat carries its own fragrance, the aroma so rich I am salivating without thinking. I finally pull the meat off the fire, impatient to taste, when a splash from the water sounds behind me, and I turn on instinct and freeze. An octopus-like creature, about 5 meters long, emerges from the sea, hooks 2 tentacles over the edge, and lifts itself up onto the deck. It lands light, standing about 5 meters from me, and we look at each other. The body is not flesh, it is translucent and gel-like, water ripples flowing across its surface as if condensed from seawater itself, and through the body I can see the distribution of its internal organs. 8 long tentacles stand straight on the deck, tips sharp as knives, stabbing into the wood, the tentacles covered in tiny scales, some of them emitting a faint blue glow. I lose my voice for a moment because I have never seen an octopus like this. The info reads back at me. Shadow streamer, juvenile, exotic beast, excellent quality. A powerful exotic beast that lives in the deep sea, grows another tentacle per year of life. Tentacles tough and hard to harm with blades. Adults reach over 100 meters of tentacle length. The system tells me to be glad I only encountered a juvenile because an adult would have made a corpse of me. Excellent grade, the first excellent grade creature I have ever met. And this is what the system meant by the deep sea horror. Because an octopus whose tentacles reach 100 meters as an adult is not ordinary. While I am stuck staring, the shadow streamer lashes a tentacle out, lightning fast. Before I react, the tentacle is on me. Fortunately, the target was not me. It was the roasted meat in my hand. The tip pierces the meat, a slight tug, and the meat is gone. Only then do I snap out of it like waking from a dream, my forehead already cold with sweat. And if the target had been me, I do not dare imagine it. And this is only a juvenile. The octopus brings the meat into its mouth, and because the body is transparent, I can clearly watch the meat travel through the throat and start to digest, a genuinely magical sensation. The shadow streamer looks at me again, and my nerves snap taut, so I grab another piece of sea tiger eagle meat and toss it. The tentacle lashes out, pierces the meat mid-air, retracts, and drops the meat into its mouth, and I am still alive. I only have 50 portions of sea tiger eagle meat, and if I burn all of them feeding it and it is still not satisfied, I am dead. And I cannot guarantee it will not turn on me mid-feeding anyway, so I cannot sit here and wait to die. My gaze finds the grappling hook and iron axe at my feet, and to avoid a repeat of the sea tiger eagle situation, the rope is already tied to the rudder, long enough that even sacrificing a length leaves me enough to hook wood chests, and that setup is about to save me. I bend down, grab another piece of sea tiger eagle meat, and as I toss it, I grab the grappling hook and throw the iron hook out alongside it. The shadow streamer's attention is on the meat, and as its tentacle pierces the meat, the iron hook flies in and hooks into the body. I see a stream of blue liquid run from where the hook bit. Worthy of an exotic beast, even its blood is unique, deep blue, and my other hand already has the iron axe. A cry almost like a child's wail comes from the shadow streamer, and at the same time a tentacle lashes out. I am ready. I roll and dodge the strike. But the shadow streamer has more than one tentacle, and just as I think I am clear, sharp pain hits my calf. Another tentacle has sliced across the calf, a long wound that immediately bleeds. I hiss through my teeth, cold sweat beating on my forehead, and the shadow streamer's tentacle slams into the deck, dagger tip embedding into wood, an opening. I ignore the leg, raise the iron axe, swing down with everything, and although the tentacle is scaled, the iron axe is good quality, and at full strength the blade cuts the tentacle clean off. The axe's momentum keeps going and gouges the deck. The same wailing cry rings out, the shadow streamer down a tentacle now, other tentacles flying at me. Retract, I release the Ryu telescopic rope, and the rope retracts hard. The shadow streamer caught off guard yanks toward the boat, its tentacles already reaching me snapping back. The body slams against the wheelhouse wall, the rope stays retracted. The shadow streamer stuck to the wooden wall like a magnet. Relief, because the Rui telescopic rope is unbreakable. No matter how it struggles, it cannot break free. I stand up slow, and a step sends sharp pain through my lower leg. Lucky it did not pierce, only sliced, or the situation would be much worse. The shadow streamer is 5 meters long, so if I stay outside 5 meters, I am fine. I underestimated its destructive range, because the body is pinned but the tentacles are free. They cannot reach me at that distance, but they can attack the wheelhouse. The wheelhouse is wood, durability ordinary. The shadow streamer is strong and the tentacle tips are razor sharp, and under the assault of 8 tentacles the wheelhouse rapidly fills with holes. Wood chips flying. My desalination machine is still inside the wheelhouse, and so are most of my accumulated supplies, and if the wheelhouse breaks the shadow streamer will reach the contents. And if the desalination machine is destroyed, my losses are catastrophic. More importantly, if the rudder is destroyed the shadow streamer gets free, and at that point I am meat on the chopping block. I ignore the leg, grab the spear from the ground, and walk toward the shadow streamer. The spear is common quality, lethality far below the iron axe, but in this situation reach matters more than damage. The spear has the better range. Before I reach it, 2 tentacles whip out. This thing has intelligence. Even mid-attack on the wheelhouse it sees me approach. I dodge in time, then I underestimate the tentacle's flexibility. Missing the first strike, they double back and come at me from behind. 2 tentacles, one grazes my body, the other plunges directly into me. A wave of intense pain almost makes me drop the spear. But reason holds, I cannot lose this weapon. Dropping it means death, and I will fight you to the death. The pain drives me into a frenzy. I grit my teeth and charge forward, finally reaching spear range, and drive the spear straight into the shadow streamer's head. Its body fixed to the wall, even knowing the spear is coming it cannot dodge. The spear pierces the head clean, thick deep blue liquid gushing out. Although the tentacles are scaled, the head and body are translucent and unscaled. Like jelly, the common spear pierces easily. With its head punctured, the shadow streamer goes into a final frenzy, 6 remaining tentacles thrashing wildly, and I take the hits, not pierced again but whipped multiple times. My whole body probably covered in bruises. The frenzy does not last. Under 30 seconds and it stops moving completely. The shadow streamer is dead. The tentacle embedded in me dissolves, and I collapse onto the deck gasping, the relief of survival flooding through me. The system congratulates me on 80 portions of shadow streamer meat, 8 shadow streamer tentacles, and 5 portions of shadow streamer blood. The corpse is gone, and beside where it was, a golden chest, the first golden chest I have ever pulled. Given the shadow streamer's quality and strength, a golden chest is not surprising. Before I open it, I open the trading channel first, because what I actually need right now is medicine, and my state is bad enough that I cannot afford to put it off. I have multiple wounds, the worst a tentacle puncture in my shoulder, but my calf, my lower abdomen, my arms are all torn up at once, and the tentacle whip marks are too many to count. I just wanted to eat lunch and ended up in this, and there is plenty for sale on the channel but little medicine. I filter and find 3 items. Eulenfin capsule, common, fever medicine, slow effect, ineffective above 38.5 degrees Celsius. A Luke capsule, common, anti-inflammatory, slow effect, ineffective once the wound is abscessed. Sea blue gauze, common, stops bleeding when bandaging. The gauze and the anti-inflammatory are the immediately useful pair, but the gauze price is steep. 1 roll for 3 bottles of mineral water or 30 units of wood or hemp rope. No time to haggle, so I draw 1,500 milliliters of fresh water straight from the desalination machine and complete the trade. I have no container prepared. I am still short on plastic, and definitely not crafting bottles now. And how the buyer collects the water is their problem. Transaction goes through automatically and I get the gauze, so I bandage the shoulder puncture first. The wound luckily on the front, not the back. Otherwise I could not have done it myself. Awkward work, but it is done. The wound still bleeding, though much slower. The gauze works, but only adequately. Common gauze. No instant clotting, of course. I glance at the other wounds and sigh, because there was only one roll of gauze in the whole market and I bought it, and there is nothing left for the rest of the cuts. I turn to the golden chest, hoping for something that helps my recovery, asking God to grant me I do not want to die yet. Give me useful medicine. I open it, and the system congratulates me on 1 cola recipe, 1 Yunshan white medicine recipe, 5 electronic components, 5 alloy, 10 wood, 1 seafood feast, and 200 deep-sea coins. Worthy of a golden chest, 2 recipes at once is a first for me. What lights me up is the Yunshan white medicine recipe. The name itself screams medicine, and the info confirms can be used to craft Yunshan white medicine. Stops bleeding, sterilizes, promotes scabbing, rapidly heals external wounds. Top choice for outdoor activities. Requires 3 herbs, 1 good quality biological blood, 100 milliliters of fresh water. A great medicine for bleeding, exactly what I need right now, because I have 3 portions of good quality sea tiger eagle blood. I am not short on fresh water, and the only missing ingredient is herbs. I open the trading channel and search herbs, only 1 seller listing them. 5 portions total, priced at 30 wood. Steep, so I message them to haggle first, falling back on a straight buy if they refuse. They reply asking my offer. I tell them 500 milliliters of fresh water, the current hard currency. They counter, fresh water at market goes 10 wood per 500 milliliters. My offer is too low. I argue herbs are basically useless right now. Nobody else has contacted them. I am only buying as a backup and I do not need them immediately. No one else can use them yet either. They go silent, which means I guessed right. No other buyers. Medicine is scarce. A roll of weak gauze sells for 3 bottles of mineral water. The other 2 medicines also expensive. No hospitals in this world, but plenty of danger. So finished medicine is hot. But these are herbs, raw materials, useless without a recipe. Less useful than wood, and I only need them because I happen to pull a recipe. Just as I am thinking about adding a little, they reply first. Fine. Initiate the trade. Okay, I warn them. I do not have a container. They had better prepare one to hold the water. And the seller is clearly surprised, asks if it is not bottled, and I tell them no, I have a desalination machine. The other end shocks visibly, even though I cannot see them, because day 4, most people cannot meet daily fresh water needs, and I have a device that produces it continuously. The lead too much to close. In the early stages, fresh water means infinite resources. On the market, it is a hard currency that buys almost anything, listed and immediately bought. So my development is going to outpace everyone's. They snap back fast, message asking to add me as a friend, promising to contact me first when they get good stuff. Smart, because my desalination machine alone means I will have things to trade later. So I agree, my first friend in this world. Their handle is Joe Bing, and everyone here communicates by real name, no aliases. Joe Bing prepares a container. I complete the trade. 500 milliliters of fresh water for 5 portions of herbs, acceptable, and with fresh water my purchasing power has visibly jumped. Materials in hand, I head to the crafting table, learn the Yunshan white medicine recipe, click to craft. Like the desalination machine, this one takes a 10-minute wait. 10 minutes, I should not die from this. I glance at my wounds. Every wound hurts, but none are fatal. I can hold 10 minutes. While I wait, I check the Shadow Streamer spoils. An excellent quality exotic beast. The drops should be good. Shadow Streamer meat, excellent quality, average taste, immense energy, greatly replenishes the body. Every 5 portions grants 1 random basic attribute point, another attribute boosting meat. I have seen sea tiger eagle meat do this already, but I am still excited. This kind of food is impossible to buy on the market. I searched for it earlier and found nothing, because anyone who pulls attribute-raising food keeps it for themselves unless they are desperate. And I am not desperate. This is mine. I need a storage box, because more and more supplies leaving them on the deck is not smart. A storage box saves space and slows spoilage slightly, which matters with no refrigerator. Shadow Streamer blood, excellent quality, very high alchemy value, strong attraction to fish. Drinkable in emergencies though, expect diarrhea. Excellent blood, can obviously be used for Yunshan white medicine, but luring fish with it would be extravagant. I have no such intention. Shadow Streamer tentacle, good quality, can be used as food, rich in nutrients, and that is it. Disappointing, just a fancy ingredient. The good rating from being nutrient dense. The Yunshan white medicine finishes crafting. I pull it off the crafting table. Yunshan white medicine, good quality, relatively precious medicine, stops bleeding, sterilizes, promotes scabbing, excellent for external wounds, must have for home and travel. Good quality, surprise on top of surprise. I apply some to the calf wound, a cool sensation spreads across it. The wound stops bleeding under my own eyes and the pain drops sharply. Feels pretty good. I apply it to the other wounds, even the bloody puncture in my shoulder, and 1 bottle is used up. 1 bottle equals roughly 10 applications, estimate only. The wounds were different sizes, and that is not much medicine. Disappointment. I wanted to keep some in reserve. Not possible now, and crafting more is not an option either. I have the good blood, but the herbs are gone. Only the 5 portions I bought. 3 used for this batch. 2 remaining. Not enough for another bottle. Until I find more herbs, I have no medicine in reserve, so I will just have to be careful. I craft a storage box next. 99 slots. 1 item type per slot. Up to 99 stacked per slot. Everything on the ground goes inside, and the deck and the wheelhouse both feel significantly more spacious. I have been working since the morning and have not actually had lunch, so on the deck I casually hook a passing wooden chest, then start grilling meat again. No more exotic beasts. Right. I look around carefully and only relax after confirming nothing unusual, because the boat has not stopped moving, so I am well past the shadow streamer's sea area. No second one should leap up. That shadow streamer was the deep sea horror. Probably, or maybe just one kind of deep sea horror. The ocean is vast enough to fit 7 billion people spread out. The shadow streamer cannot be the only exotic beast on the seabed. There must be others. Only now do I understand why there were casualties already, because the deep sea horrors do not only appear at night, they can also appear by day. The system said so before. I did not take it seriously, did not expect to meet one so soon. Daytime is not absolutely safe either. The probability is lower than at night, but not zero. And the horror is genuinely terrifying, because the shadow streamer was only a juvenile, and it was that powerful. An adult with 100-meter tentacles would flip my boat in seconds, just thinking about it. Urgency rises in me. I have resources, but my self-defense is poor. Without perfect shot and the Rui telescopic rope, I would be dead under those tentacles already, and I am missing a ranged weapon. With one, I would not have been hurt, or not nearly as severely, because the shadow streamer's reach was about 5 meters. My spear is 2, which means I had to be inside its strike range to attack it, and a ranged weapon flips that. The crafting table only makes basic weapons like spears and stone axes. Longbows and crossbows need blueprints. I have none, so I will have to pull blueprints from chests or buy them on the market. The sea tiger eagle meat finishes roasting, and after confirming once more that nothing has appeared, I finally eat. Originally, 50 portions would have meant 5 attribute points, but with the shadow streamer eating a few, the math falls short. Fortunately, the shadow streamer meat is there to top it up, otherwise I would be furious. After eating, I sit on the deck and look around. The wounds have not fully healed, so I do not move much. Fortunately, my rope is long enough, and perfect shot does not care. As long as a chest is in my line of sight, I can hook it without moving. The afternoon passes calm. No exotic beasts, not even seabirds. Evening dinner is more roast meat. Most players have not tasted meat since arriving here, and I am almost sick of it. Every day, every meal I have to, otherwise I cannot keep raising basic attributes, and my baseline was already low. Falling further behind is not an option. I sit by the campfire eating and watching the channel. Somebody begging 2 hemp ropes because their level 1 boat is about to be swallowed by the black mist. Somebody mid-sentence cut off as the black mist takes them. Somebody else mourning them. Someone running the math. The black mist is catching up to level 1 boats now. By tomorrow morning, there will not be a single level 1 boat left on the entire sea. Our region has already lost 500 plus people. Were that many on level 1 boats? Probably not all of them, because some encountered the undersea horrors. Somebody confused. We're not horrors only at night. Somebody confirming. I encountered one during the day. Quick, what was it? Was it actually scary? A giant turtle. Slow. Shell too hard. Climbed on the boat and almost crushed it. Spear poked it and it pulled into the shell. 2 hours of struggle before I shoved it back in the sea. You did not kill it. I am lucky I was not killed. It shot a water jet that blew me 3 meters and almost knocked me overboard. Lucky it was only common quality. Good and I would be dead. So the undersea horrors are not that much. Do not be careless. The system kept warning us those who are not lucky are not here to speak. Do not scare me, it is dark now. I am already in the cockpit. Hiding tonight will not open the door for anything, same here, hiding. The channel is alive at night with one topic, the deep sea horrors, because after all the system warnings, with nightfall hitting the active window, of course the whole channel is on it. Common quality, others meeting common quality beasts, means the powerful ones are rare. Reasonable, everyone is too weak to face excellent beasts on day 4. That would leave no path to survive, and only unlucky bastards like me meet excellent ones. Current players have almost no survival chance against an excellent beast. I survived only because of my cheat, but even common beasts are a huge threat at this stage. Plenty of the casualties came from those. Late, I put out the fire and head back into the wheelhouse. The cockpit is in tatters and drafty. Dozens of holes in the walls from the shadow streamer. Lucky the door survived. Small psychological comfort. I lie on the hard single bed and cannot fall asleep. And I am not the only one tonight. It is the first night after novice protection and the system's warnings have everyone on edge. The wind whistles outside. Not strong, but amplified by the holes in the wall, much louder than it should be. The dark out there feels heavy. The wind makes it heavier. The horror atmosphere pushed to peak. I open the channel again, and the channel is in chaos. Somebody screaming there is a squid on the boat 7 or 8 meters long. Somebody one-upping with a meter-tall crab tearing apart their cockpit with its claws and begging for help. Somebody asking why nothing is happening on their end. Somebody else with a giant lobster. The channel is a mess. Exotic beasts on many boats, massive marine beasts shocking the players. The only good news, all of them appear to be common quality. Very few good, no excellent yet. Among the many, there are a few lucky ones whose boats still have no movement. Could I also be one of the lucky ones? I whisper. My boat is very quiet. Only the sea wind, no other sound on my end, not at all like a beast has boarded. Oh no, I think as I open my eyes, soft sunlight filtering through the gaps in the wooden walls, and the warmth on my face tells me I have actually fallen asleep. Last night I did not dare close my eyes, waiting for the deep-sea horrors to come, but the weight dragged on without movement until my eyelids finally gave out, and now it is already morning. I count myself lucky that nothing boarded the ship in the dark, otherwise I would be a corpse by now instead of sitting up to 2 pieces of grilled meat and half a bottle of water for breakfast. I step out onto the deck, take a breath of fresh air, confirm there are no chests nearby for the moment, and open the trading channel. The first thing I check is the number in the top right corner, and it reads 97,879. Only the second day after novice protection ended, and our region has already lost over 2,000 people. The deep-sea horrors from last night clearly responsible for most of it. The communication channel is exceptionally active, players grateful to have lived another day, others describing a beast that felt like the Grim Reaper waving at them, someone asking if anyone has medicine because they are still bleeding, someone counting the 1,000+ dead and asking how anyone is supposed to survive, someone grateful theirs was only common quality. Someone insisting deep-sea horrors do not exist because they waited all night and saw nothing. Then the ridicule starts. Somebody mocking the talk of 7-meter lurefish and meter-tall crabs, and asking why nobody mentioned 6-eyed flying fish. Somebody else replying they actually did encounter a flying fish last night, though they cannot confirm the number of eyes. Then the standard channel traffic, somebody buying blueprints at beautiful prices, somebody recruiting for the Four Seas Alliance. I will not make the mistake of thinking the system is bluffing. I have seen a deep-sea horror with my own eyes and nearly died under its tentacles. What bothers me is that everyone in the chat seems to be meeting common-grade horrors while the one I drew was excellent, and I am stuck wondering whether the luck is bad on my end or whether the system has me marked. Either way, complaining changes nothing, and the trade I am about to set up will. I remember I never properly looked at the second blueprint from yesterday, the cola crafting blueprint, because the Yunshan white medicine recipe stole all my attention. The panel tells me a cola crafting table can produce cola that quenches thirst and provides body sugar, a popular universal drink, requiring 1 unit of sugar, 250 milliliters of fresh water, and 1 plastic per batch. The production cost is steep. Fresh water alone is hard currency on the market. Sugar is even rarer with only 2 portions in my possession so far, and only plastic comes cheap. I am in no rush to start brewing, so I just learned the blueprint at the crafting table for the option. What I actually need today is metal sheet. The generator blueprint asks for 50 metal sheet, 10 electronic components, 10 alloy, 10 plastic, 1 bearing, and everything except the metal sheet is already on hand. Metal sheet is plentiful on the market, and what I plan to spend is fresh water. The desalination machine has been working without a pause. 16.5 liters produced so far, 3 liters used, 13.5 liters in reserve, which buys an enormous amount. I post my ad on the communication channel. 500 milliliters of fresh water for 8 metal sheets, limited stock. First come, first served, and I drop the listings on the trading channel for metal sheets only. There are dozens of ads scrolling at any moment, so mine does not stand out at first, but it does not take long for someone to notice the wording. The chat lights up. Someone pointing out I am selling fresh water, not mineral water. Somebody asking what the difference is. Somebody else explaining that mineral water comes from chests, but fresh water means I am producing it myself. Somebody hollering that this is the same guy who sold iced cola before. Somebody calling me a big shot. Somebody else telling everyone to stop chattering and go buy before it is gone. Mineral water comes out of chests. Fresh water does not. Selling fresh water tells the whole channel I have the ability to make it, that my drinking water supply is no longer chest dependent, and that I have pulled ahead of everyone else. The visibility is good for sales. The name Seonyang is now stuck in a lot of heads, and the 10 listings vanish in under 3 minutes. 5,000 milliliters of fresh water gone for 80 metal sheets. With that, every material for the generator is finally in my hands. Prices on this ocean swing fast. 2 days ago, metal sheet was at its peak when everyone needed it for their crafting tables. But now that most have built the table, the price is sliding. And even with the slide, I am happy with 8 metal sheets per bottle. I also noticed the first traders trying deep-sea coins instead of barter. Only a few since nobody has many coins yet. But the direction is obvious, the barter system is on its way out because coins make trades much easier. I head to the crafting table and select generator, and the wait time turns out to be half an hour, which surprises me a little but does not bother me. I have nothing pressing to make. While the timer runs, I work the channel some more. I list 500 milliliters of fresh water for 8 metal sheets 5 times over, then 500 milliliters for 10 wood 6 times, then the same price in hemp rope 6 times, 8,500 milliliters total. Combined with the earlier batch, I have put up 13.5 liters of fresh water in a short window, the equivalent of 27 bottles of mineral water, and almost nobody on the channel can match that reserve. The chat erupts again, someone shouting that Seonyong is selling water again, someone asking how much fresh water I could possibly have, someone insisting I must have a desalination machine, someone trying to haggle for a cheaper rate, someone else telling them to forget it because the listings are almost sold out, someone snorting about everyone being so rich. I do not care about the envy. There is not another human being for hundreds of miles. No one can reach me even if they wanted to, and the goal is the ship upgrade, not popularity. Inside 10 minutes, every listing clears. The materials pile high on the deck, and I am grinning at the heap. Upgrade. The moment I selected, the pile vanishes. Gold light swallows the entire ship, and when the glare clears, the boat is unrecognizable. About 40 meters long now, 6 meters wide, 5 meters deep, more than double its previous size. The cockpit that used to sit on the deck has been lifted up to a second level, an external staircase running down to a wooden cabin underneath. 6 meters long, 4 meters wide, 3 high. The deck itself has a 1 meter wide square hatch cut into the middle with a ladder slanting down into a chamber of about a dozen square meters. Clearly a storage hold. I open vessel info. Seonyong ship. Renameable. Level 3. Durability 2000 out of 2000. Speed 20 knots. Ship facilities crafting table and storage box. Currently buildable mast. Kitchen, bathroom. Ship skill still Gale. Upgrade requirements for the next tier: 500 wood, 300 hemp rope, 200 metal sheet, 100 stone, 80 plastic. Durability and speed have both jumped, and the upgrade cost has scaled with them. I step into the new wooden cabin, 2 square windows letting in light, otherwise empty, the rest cabin for captain and crew. I have been living in the cockpit until now with the bed and crafting table and desalination machine all crammed together, and the extra cabin is going to make a real difference. Up the stairs to the second floor cockpit, the interior unchanged, but the walls that the shadow streamer chewed open are now seamless again, restored to new. I notice the wood feels different too, denser and harder than the level 2 boards, probably half the reason the durability jumps so hard. Back out to the deck, then down into the storage hold, through the hatch, the cover plate closing flush so the deck reads as one continuous surface. I can hide in here at night if a deep-sea horror comes calling, especially if it is the kind that ambushes me in my sleep, because as long as the initiative is mine I can fight, and what I fear is being caught off guard. I move the storage box down into the hold, and right then the generator finishes crafting, so I place it down there too. The generator panel reads gasoline, small generator powered by a gasoline engine, compact and quiet, supplies electricity to the appliances on my ship. Gasoline? I frown. I do not have any. I open the trading channel and find gasoline for sale, 1 unit per wood, 20 units total available. Dirt cheap because right now no one else can actually use it, which is exactly why the price is so low. Unfortunately, I burned everything on the upgrade. No wood, no fresh water, no money to buy gasoline, but that is fine. Gasoline will be cheap until everyone else catches up, and right now nobody but me is racing for it. Lunch is roast meat again, and 10 portions of sea tiger eagle meat lands me one more basic attribute point. Agility this time. Agility matters because it sets my reflexes, and the more I have, the less I will flounder when a deep-sea horror crashes through the door. Waiting for chests is boring work without entertainment on this ship, so I pass the time reading the channel and watching the water, which is how most of the sea spends its days. The other option is fishing, but after my line snapped I have not picked the rod back up, and from the chat I can tell I am not the only one. Plenty of players have lost their lines to big fish. There are fish for sale on the market, just not in flood quantities, because common grade rods only catch small fish and the big ones snap the line. By nightfall, the day's haul is 12 chests, all wood, every chest in my sightline hooked clean, and the contents underwhelm. 12 wood, 7 hemp rope, 5 metal, 4 stone, 4 plastic, 2 glass, 2 steamed buns, 2 bottles of mineral water, 1 gasoline, 1 white sugar. Lots of variety, all basic, no electronic components, no alloys, no blueprints, all of which need bronze chests or higher, and even then are not guaranteed. I take the 1 gasoline down to the storage hold and add it to the generator, the panel showing it really does only need gasoline, no oil, no spark plugs, none of the real-world complications. I do not start the generator yet, because there are no appliances on board to feed. I check the refrigerator blueprint, 30 metal sheet, 20 plastic, 10 electronic components, 3 alloy, and I am still well short. The air conditioner is a luxury. The refrigerator is the real prize, so the refrigerator is the priority once the materials come in. Up on the deck I spend 3 metal sheets on the iron pot blueprint, which I have been sitting on without crafting because I had no need. But I have eaten roast meat to the point of nausea, and the seafood feast in storage will spoil if I let it. So I light the fire, set the pot on top, fill it with water, dump the seafood feast in. Shrimp, crab, abalone, oysters, easily 10 varieties filling most of the pot. No seasoning yet, but seafood at this freshness needs none, and after days of bread and roast meat, the broth is a religious experience. Refreshing. This is what life is about. I think the whole pot gone by my own hand, the most satisfied I have been since this whole thing started. I tell myself once things are better, I will trade for seasonings, because filling the stomach was the only goal until now. But my palate has woken up. The refrigerator is the real future. Fresh water already moves, but ice water in this heat will be even hotter. The noon temperature is brutal, and even near sunset the sea sits at 27 or 28 degrees Celsius, with the perceived heat even higher, and a bottle of ice would be a temptation nobody on this ocean could resist. The 3 bottles of ice cola from before proved exactly that. I drift back to the rest cabin to wait out the night. The single bed already moved over from the cockpit, planning to ride out any deep-sea horror visit from here, retreating into the storage hold if it gets ugly. I open the chat while I wait. The same end-of-day spiral, somebody noting the dark has fallen again and the horrors are coming. Somebody refusing to sleep. Somebody scared and asking if anyone can save them. Somebody snapping back that there are no coordinates, so save themselves. Somebody insisting the horrors are still a lie. Somebody wishing the doubter a good grade horror tonight. Somebody telling it to come because they are not afraid. Night settles in proper, and the chat threads roll into the same topic again. Most players already hit the night before, only a tiny minority lucky enough to dodge an attack. The vast majority are dreading tonight too. I am one of the unlucky lucky, because while the night before passed quiet, the day yesterday brought a shadow streamer, and I would rather face an excellent at night with the door between us than at noon over my lunch. Bless me with no horror tonight, or at most a common, I think, and at exactly that moment my prayers prove worthless, because I hear footsteps on the deck, drip drip of water hitting the boards. Soft sounds but loud in the dead of night. The horror has arrived. I crack the door open just enough to look. A figure walks slowly toward me, and as it nears, the moonlight shows me what it is. A humanoid creature, head tilted sideways, eyes dull, a thin line of drool hanging from the corner of its mouth down to the deck, water dripping off it with every step, leading a puddle behind each footprint. Name Drowned 1. Quality good. Description: a person who fell into the sea during a voyage and drowned, carrying endless resentment into death. Eyes that cannot close in peace, will attack any living person on sight, out of pure jealousy. Good quality again. Why is it always good or excellent for me when everyone else gets common? Where are all the common ones going? I am genuinely starting to wonder if the system has it in for me, but complaining is wasted breath. The drowned one reaches the door and the knocking starts. Bang, bang, bang. Slow at first, then harder. The door shuddering until I feel it might come off the hinges. I cannot let this drag. The strength is climbing the longer it knocks, and a broken door means I am trapped in here. I yank the door open suddenly, and the drowned one mid-knock punches through empty air and stumbles forward. I swing the axe down on its head, and a wail leaks out of its mouth as it reaches up calm as a corpse can be, grabs the axe and yanks the blade back out of its own skull. I wrestle the axe back from it on reflex, swing horizontally this time. And again the head of the axe just gets caught in its grip, the thing's strength shocking. While I am stuck in the grab, it punches me in the gut with its free hand and sends me sprawling, coughing on the floor, half sure my organs got rearranged. It stumbles toward me wailing. I grab the spear I had set nearby and drive it through the chest, the spear punching clear out the other side, and the drowned one does not even register the wound. It walks forward like nothing has happened, like the spear is going through somebody else's body. Chopping the head with the axe failed, piercing the chest with the spear failed. And what exactly does kill this thing? I retreat, and as I retreat my hand finds the grappling hook I had set within reach. The hook has saved me more times than I can count, and right now it is the only thing that gives me any sense of security. For everyone else, this is just a tool for hooking chests. For me, with perfect shot, it is a weapon, and not a small one. I let the drowned one close in, then throw the hook into its body at point-blank range, the iron tip burying deep before it can react. I roll past it, snatching the iron axe off the deck on the way through, sprint out of the rest cabin trailing rope, and dive into the storage hold. Retract, I shout, and the rope yanks the drowned one off its feet, flies it across the deck, and slams its body straight into the entrance of the storage hold, wedging it in tight, unable to come in, unable to back out. Perfect opening. I bring the axe down on it again and again, the drowned one wailing but pinned, and at the end of the round it is still alive, eventually thrashing hard enough to wrench free and stagger back up onto the deck. My strength not enough to hold it forever, but by then it is missing a leg and its torso is a mess of slash wounds. The wounds would kill a normal person, but it is already dead. No pain receptors firing, and it still keeps coming. I have already worked it out by now. This thing is hard to kill and feels no pain but is slow and reacts slowly, so I can kite it down. I leave the cramped storage hold, sprint back to the rest cabin, grab the spear, return to the deck, where the open space gives me room to fight properly. The drowned one sees me and stumbles toward me excitedly, one leg making it even slower than before. I sneer, plant my feet and thrust the spear straight at its head. The reaction speed is not improved. The spear takes it dead through the skull, punching out the back of the head, and the drowned one wails and flails, both arms wildly trying to swat me, but its arms are not 2 meters long like the spear, so the swings cannot reach. I shove the spear forward to pin the head down, lock the body in place, drop the spear's tail against the deck, and pick up the iron axe. Horizontal swing. The drowned one too busy trying to wrestle the spear loose to notice the new threat, and the axe being good quality and sharp takes the head off in one clean stroke. The head rolls a few feet across the deck and stops, mouth still mumbling something incomprehensible. Then it goes still too. The body stays standing on the deck, held upright by the spear. No movement left in it. The system congratulates me on obtaining a water spirit bead. The drowned one's corpse vanishes, and where it stood a bronze chest appears. I let out a long breath, drop both weapons, sit down on the deck, finally killed it. The thing was slow but stubborn beyond reason, and if my weapons had been any worse, I would not have made it through. Why is everyone else's deep sea horror common grade and mine is always good or excellent? A common would have been one swing. This good was an ordeal. I am indignant, and the only thing softening the indignance is the water spirit bead. Treasure tier item. Good quality, holding it lets me breathe underwater like a fish. The description is one sentence. The effect is enormous. With this, I can stay submerged indefinitely, as long as I do not get attacked down there, but even the option to disappear under the water is a massive change in what I can do. I pocket it and open a bronze chest, the system rolling out 3 wood, 2 electronic components, 1 alloy, 1 telescope, 2 boxed lunches, more than I expected from a single bronze. And the telescope is the curiosity of the bunch. Telescope, good nautical tool, lets me see distant situations and anticipate threats. I lift it to my eye and the lens is pitch black, so I set it aside, the night being the obvious reason. Per the channel chatter, deep sea horrors either do not appear or appear only once per night, so with this one killed I should be safe until dawn. I head back to the rest cabin to actually sleep on the bed, the storage hold being dark and bedless, and I am out the moment my head touches the boards. Plenty of other players are still in the middle of their fights or hiding in panic, and a very small minority of us who killed our horror early are the ones who get to rest in peace. When I open my eyes again, it is morning. The drowned one the only visitor. No second wave. The first thing I do is check the channel count. 96,798. Down over 1,000 again from the night before. The chat is celebratory and grim in equal measure. Somebody glad the light is back. Somebody bragging about killing a horror that dropped a bronze. Somebody envious because they could only chase theirs back into the sea and consider themselves lucky just to be breathing. Somebody marking the loss of another 1,000 people. Somebody else pointing out the world channel numbers are plummeting, and it is the same everywhere. Then somebody asks where all the doubters from yesterday have gone. Somebody answering that they are probably dead, and the consensus settles there. Breakfast is 2 steamed buns and a bottle of water. Out on the deck, the breeze hits me. I am properly awake now, and I notice the heat is worse than yesterday. I open the navigation log. Date new calendar 1/3. Location Sea of Wuwang. Temperature 25 to 36 degrees Celsius. Weather sunny. Wind power level 2 to 3. Events none for today. The temperature is climbing every day, and the sea is going from sweltering to unbearable. And if I did not have to scavenge chests, I would just stay below in the cabin. The events page from yesterday has its own entries. Daytime entry telling me I crafted a generator and my ship now has power. Late night entry telling me I was attacked by a drowned one, a pitiful soul who died in the ocean carrying resentment, that I relied on my own courage and wisdom and counter-killed it. The log only records the big beats, the texture left to me. A chest drifts by and breaks the moment. I close the log, grab the grappling hook, start the day's salvaging. The system congratulates me on 2 wood, 1 stone, 1 straw mat. A straw mat, finally something between me and the bedboards. My standard of living is genuinely improving. I lay it down on the bedboards in the rest cabin, then take the telescope out on the deck, the good quality lens letting me see noticeably further and clearer. Instead of a chest, the first thing the telescope catches is an island. An island. I freeze for a second, adjust the lens, take a second look, and yes, there is an island off to the front left. I throw the wheel hard and steer the ship straight for it. I am not the first to find one. Somebody discovered an island the day novice protection ended and posted about it on the channel. Small and resource poor. Just a couple of trees and some wild fruits. Nothing else. Every island is different though, so what I have on mine I will only know once I am close. Either way, the number of players who have found islands is still small, and now that I have one, I am not letting it pass. The level 3 ship cruises at 20 knots, double the previous speed, so about 10 minutes later the ship reaches the outskirts of the island. A forest I see from the deck, a real one, and my face lights up. Trees mean wood, and wood is the upgrade material everyone in the world needs right now. Better still, through the telescope I count several coconut trees, each one loaded with coconuts. I do not see much else, but the island is not tiny either. After a brief think I decide to go ashore. The ship anchored well off the beach because a level 3 boat will run aground if I push it too close. I swim for shore. Thanks to the water spirit bead, the swim is effortless, fish in water easy, and I do not go empty-handed either. I bring the iron axe for logging, the grappling hook for self-defense and snagging things, and the storage box to hold the haul, with the axe and hook tucked inside so I only have to carry the box. The storage box is not heavy and the water spirit bead does the rest, so the swim is no problem. On the shore I set the box down and take out the grappling hook and iron axe, just to be cautious, the rope tied around my waist, the hook in one hand, the axe in the other, and I head inland slowly. Everything is normal until the forest, no danger spotted, and the first tree my eyes land on reads huskleaf tree, common. A common island tree with no special use. 2 other species registered too, both common. After one more careful look for danger, I set the hook down without untying the waist rope and chopped two-handed into the huskleaf tree's trunk. The good quality axe bites a deep notch on the first swing. 5 more strokes and the tree comes down. The system congratulates me on 3 wood. 6 chops, 3 wood. Much faster than fishing chests out of the sea. I work down the row, tree after tree, wood pile growing steadily, when a rustle hits my ear and I freeze and turn. A wild rabbit watches me from about 10 meters out, and my eyes light up, hook already in hand, throw committed before the thought fully forms. The iron hook snags it clean, retract, the rabbit landing in my palm before it can even react. 1 swing of the axe and it is done. 5 portions of rabbit meat, no chest, stingy, I mutter. Drop the meat on the ground and go back to chopping. The rabbit appearance means wild animals live here though, and if they are little ones like this, it is fine, just more meat for me. But if they are big, the calculation changes. I keep one eye on the surroundings while I work, finding 3 more wild rabbits but no larger animals. Each rabbit cleared the same way, the storage growing. Then I notice a bird's nest high in a tree, over 10 meters up. I set the axe down, pick up the iron hook, spin it, throw upward at the trunk, hook catches clean. But this time I retract toward the hook rather than toward myself. My feet leave the ground, I shoot upward, and the trick I just realized is the actual meaning of the Ruyi telescopic rope. The word Ruyi means as I wish, and the rope retracts either toward my hand or toward the hook. My call entirely. The previous owner probably never figured this out, otherwise they would not have sold it. I grab the trunk, sidestep onto a branch, set up, throw the hook upward again, and ratchet myself further up the tree. At the nest, a tiny bird tilts its head and chirps at me. I was hoping for eggs, fresh food source, but it is just a fledgling, not even worth the bite. Then the panel scrolls up and freezes me in place. Name flag-tailed pheasant, seabird, excellent quality precious bird species above the deep sea. Adults reach 2 meters with sharp beak and claws. A marine raptor, this one just hatched. Raise it with care and it may become my pet. Excellent quality. A pet. I cannot believe the ugly little chirping thing I am looking at is excellent grade. And the system is telling me I can keep it. No hesitation, I take the whole nest down, slide carefully along the trunk back to the ground, and head straight for the boat with the nest, abandoning the logging plan entirely. I place the nest with the bird inside in the rest cabin and crouch beside it. From now on, I will call you Cheeky, I tell it, stroking the down on its head. Survival at sea is dangerous and boring, and a companion will do me good. Once Chi-Chi is settled, I swim back to the island to keep logging, examining every tree as I go, hoping for a second nest, finding none. So back to the trunks. Over an hour later, I have felled every tree on the island except the coconuts, 210 wood total. The bottleneck is my own body. Chopping is hard physical work and I need breaks every so often. Otherwise, I could have been done sooner. My strength and constitution are still low, I mutter, sitting down on the ground. I need to keep eating attribute-raising meat to push them faster. After a rest, I turn to the coconut trees. 8 in a stand, all about 20 meters tall, each tree carrying over 20 coconuts. It is time to make an appearance again, I tell the grappling hook, scaling each tree the same way I scaled the bird's nest tree, lopping coconuts off the canopy with the axe, one by one, the fruit raining down to the ground. After all 8 trees, I am sitting on 180 coconuts, an absurd haul, and then I wonder whether the coconut trees themselves chop into wood. I raise the axe and bring it down, and a coconut tree comes down, the system congratulating me on 5 wood. It works, and even better, more wood per tree. So I tear through the remaining 7 without resting, banking 40 wood from the coconuts alone, into the storage box with everything. I am not in a rush to leave, only a small section of the island has been walked. Outside the forest, the terrain shifts to scrub and weeds, low growth, and soon I find another panel. Named Red Source Fruit, Wild Fruit Common, grows on islands, edible, juicy, good texture, also brewable into fruit wine for those who like fruit wine. The cluster in front of me looks like a patch of cherry tomatoes, bright red, the same size. I pick one and pop it in my mouth. The description checks out. Juicy and tasty. I clean the cluster. Over 50 fruits. Find a few more patches as I walk. Leave none behind. Past the brush, I reach a rocky reef on the other side of the island and stop short, because the rocks are crawling with seafood. Crabs, shrimp, sea fish, oysters, mussels, abalone. The variety is rich and the harvest is not small. These came in with the tide and got stranded when it pulled back, I think. Never having gone seafood foraging in the old world, but having watched enough streamers do it. After I clear all of this, I have another seafood feast in front of me, easily double the portion of the first one. This island is genuinely a good place. I mutter, if I could live here it would be nice. But that is just talk, because the black mist behind me keeps moving, and even with the speed of a level 3 boat ahead of it, staying anywhere too long is suicide. After confirming every region of the island is walked, I haul the storage box back to the boat. The sun already passed 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Time spent on chopping, exploring, and seafood gathering really adding up. The level 3 speed buys me the cushion against the black mist, otherwise I would be sweating it. At the crafting table, I burn 2 wood on a lounge chair and stretch out to take stock. 4 wild rabbits, 250 wood, 1 excellent quality seabird, 180 coconuts, 235 red source fruits, seafood for 2 feasts. The trip was a good one, and the next island I find I am not letting go either. Right, Chi-Chi? I go back to the rest cabin, take the little one out of the nest, set it in my palm where it chirps at me, ask if it is hungry, tap its head, then break a red source fruit in half and set the halves in front of it. The little one is starved, head down, swallows half after a few chews, goes for the other half. Slow down, no one is taking it, I say, and it being so eager I offer it another, then a third, after which it lies down in my palm and sleeps. I put it back in the nest. An excellent grade pet deserves careful raising, no question. Back on the deck, another chest drifts in, and to my surprise it is bronze. My first bronze fished out of the water in a while, all the bronzes I have gotten so far being kill drops, not floats. The system congratulates me on a Raging Wave crossbow blueprint. 1 plastic, 1 seasoning. 3 items from a bronze is light on quantity but heavy on value, because a blueprint coming out of a bronze chest is rare, and this blueprint is exactly the ranged weapon I have been wanting. Raging Wave crossbow blueprint. Requires 1 wood, 1 hemp rope, 1 metal sheet. Cheap and easy, I learn it immediately and craft one at the table. Raging Wave crossbow, weapon, common, effective range 10 meters. Drops off sharply beyond that, usable as self-defense. Common, expected. But what about the bolts? Without bolts, the crossbow is a paperweight, and I am muttering at the system for the half-gift when I remember the trading channel. After novice protection ended, the market added a search bar, and crossbow bolt blueprint comes up immediately. Listed by 1 seller, no price set. Just private chat. I open the message thread to negotiate, and the name on the listing stops me cold. Jan Bibi. Before all this, I was a corporate slave at Lian Company, and my boss was named Jan Bibi. Same name, or the same person. After the transmigration, everyone was randomly assigned. Even husbands and wives might not land in the same region. But I know one thing for sure, everyone in our region speaks the same language, and everyone is from the same country, no foreigners yet. Per the World Channel chatter. Whether it stays that way, I do not know. But my guess is no, because development speeds differ, and the fast developers will pull ahead of the slow ones until the system reshuffles regions. That is just my guess. I push it aside and contact the seller regardless of who it is I need this blueprint. I ask the price for the crossbow bolt blueprint. The reply is not a number, just a question. Are you Seo Nyong? I confirm. Were you at Lian Company before the transmigration? Lian is exactly the company I worked at. Combined with her name, the question is its own answer. This is my old boss. Yes, is this manager Yan, I ask. I am Jan Bibi. There are no managers here. Her tone wistful but not denying any of it. There is no company on this sea. No boss. Only endless ocean and the boats we ride and the dangers in between. I did not expect, Jan Bibi, that you would land in this region too, and I am genuinely a little excited. Not for any ulterior reason, but because meeting an acquaintance in a world this strange and this dangerous lifts a weight off my chest I did not know I was carrying. Yeah, I did not expect to meet someone from before either, she says, her own spirits lifting a notch, then admitting she saw me selling water earlier and assumed it was just a same-name coincidence, only reaching out when I messaged her. Before the transmigration, the two of us were strictly superior and subordinate. Jan Bibi was exceptional, born into wealth, department manager at a young age, tall, gorgeous, the kind of figure half the office quietly worshipped from a distance. I was just an ordinary employee. Our only intersection was work, and outside the office we were people from different worlds. But the gap has closed hard out here, and we are both happy to have hit an acquaintance in the middle of the ocean. That said, I have not forgotten what I called for. In this world, survival is the only priority. Everything else takes a back seat. I ask her how she plans to sell the crossbow bolts. I want to barter, she says, sounding like the shrewd professional she used to be in the office. Whoever buys the crossbow bolt blueprint has a crossbow, and she wants a crossbow plus a share of the bolts I craft. Women are at a disadvantage on strength. A crossbow erases that disadvantage without requiring much strength or skill to operate. And in a world with no firearms, the crossbow is the obvious self-defense weapon for women. I agree without hesitating. The materials for one more crossbow are not expensive, and trading a crossbow for a blueprint is a clean win for me. I head back to the crafting table, build another Raging Wave crossbow, complete the trade. The blueprint lands and I learn it on the spot, then craft 10 bolts to start, the recipe taking 1 wood and 3 metal to produce a batch of 10. 5 bolts for 2 metal. I quote her when she asks the price, and her reply is the practice challenge of a manager who has read the description, telling me that is basically cost. Consider it a thank you for selling me the blueprint, I tell her, because while I am not running a charity for her, there is no need to grind my old boss either, and the cost price trade does not put me in the red, just sets a temporary line. Then thank you, she says, let us add each other as friends, and stay in touch. No refusal of the gesture because at this point pride matters less than every saved unit, and the friend request goes through the second I confirm. 10 bolts traded over for 4 metal sheets. Then I craft another 10 for myself as contingencies. Not a lot, but enough to get me through the next ambush. I look at Yon Bibi sitting on my friends list and feel a little dazed. Back at the office, a few of us used to gossip about her over lunch, but she was unattainable then, far beyond reach, and we all knew it. Still, an admirable beauty is an admirable beauty, and I was no exception. Before today, I had never imagined the two of us would have any kind of actual relationship, let alone reunite on a transmigration ocean where the gap is gone and my standing is actually higher than hers. Maybe, I start to think, then catch myself and shake the thought loose, because this is survival at sea, and not the time for any of that. My attention sliding back to the deck, where another chest drifts in, and I pick up the grappling hook to keep going on my great enterprise of chest fishing. Time slips by, evening falls, and dinner is sea tiger eagle meat again, because I urgently need to push my attributes and meat that bumps stats is non-negotiable. Lucky I got seasoning today. The roasted version is no longer unpalatable. The seafood from the island sits in a wooden bucket of seawater, alive enough that I do not have to rush to eat it, and I have no intention of selling it because the market wants fresh water more. This seafood is mine. While gnawing meat, I watch the chat scroll, the easiest way to pass the time. It is dark again, the horror is coming, the same old chorus. I have never hated the dark so much. Somebody pleading for the horror to find anyone else. Somebody snapping that they are being selfish. Somebody else firing back. Find your mother. Then the alliance chatter. Do we have any big alliances in our region? Lots on the world channel. Somebody recruiting for the Guangchen alliance. Somebody warning everyone off Guangchen because joining requires 5 wood or hemp rope per day, and the leader Zhou Chan is a scammer. Somebody defending the dues because the leader needs to grow strong to grow the alliance. Somebody calling that excuse sycophancy. The chat is lively, but the topic always loops back to two things, the horror and the alliances. The horror is a sword over everyone. No one can guarantee a quiet night. As for alliances, plenty have already formed in our region. Advertising and recruiting non-stop. The big draw being internal resource trades, especially blueprints, which the market sees almost none of, and prices out of reach when it does. An alliance lets two members with complementary items work together. The downside is the mixed bag. Some leaders genuinely cooperative, some setting up to skim. I had thought about joining one, but the appetite is gone. My supplies are self-sufficient. Survival is not a crisis. No urgent need. I finish the meat and bring Chi-Chi out for her own dinner. The little one has a tiny body and a huge appetite. Only 3 red source fruits in the afternoon and already hungry again. To my surprise, the moment she sees the sea tiger eagle meat, she jumps around frantically, screaming. "You want this too?" I ask, tearing off a small piece. The little one swallows it in one gulp. No chewing, then locks her eyes back on the rest of the meat. "Still want more, you picky thing," I say, and feed her another piece. There are already a few portions gone from the count. Even finishing the rest would not net me a 5th attribute point at this point, so better Cheeky gets it. Anyone watching this would lose their mind. Players still rationing food, and I am feeding a pet. And not just any food, attribute-raising food. After 4 pieces in a row, she finally calms. "Do not overdo it," I tell her. "You will burst," and put her back in the nest where she falls asleep instantly. I obviously do not dare sleep yet. The horror has not arrived. Before long, a sound on the deck outside, and through the door crack I see a creature like a pufferfish actually standing upright on the deck, belly round and puffed like a balloon. 2 50-centimeter legs underneath, arms too, the ends of all 4 limbs not hands or feet, but webbed paddles. Name meteor dolphin. Exotic beast, good quality, marine creature with toxins in its body. Consuming even a little causes death by poisoning. Buy yourself a coffin before eating it. Good quality again, of course, because everyone else meets common and I always meet excellent or good, never once a common, and if a complaint channel existed I would file one, but there is no channel to complain to, so I endure. The meteor dolphin sways left and right as it walks toward the door, and before it even reaches the threshold, a slit opens on its round belly and a water jet shoots out, slamming the wood like a cannonball. Not a stream, the whole door vibrating hard enough that I can feel it about to break on the next blow. I cannot stay in here. Another couple of hits and the door goes, and then I am trapped in the rest cabin with no door and a vicious meteor dolphin pacing outside. I time it for the moment the meteor dolphin is gathering pressure for the next shot, yank the door open, crossbow already up, and aimed. The bolt flies, the meteor dolphin only 5 meters out, well inside the raging wave crossbow's effective range. The bolt hits before the creature can react. The instant it lands, water starts streaming out of the wound and pooling on the deck. What in the world? It does not bleed, it leaks water. Is it filled with water inside? Before I can finish processing that thought, an even weirder development. The meteor dolphin retracts its legs into its round belly, then with belly to ground bounces toward me like a ball. Right then I am stepping through the door, and the bounce hits me square. The force smashes me back into the rest cabin. I slam into the floor, dizzy, stars in my vision, and before I can shake it off the meteor dolphin bounces again, cannonball style. On instinct I roll sideways, barely dodging, scramble up while the meteor dolphin turns, reload, fire. The second bolt hits. Another faucet opens on its body, but no other visible effect. The Raging Wave crossbow has two advantages: low strength requirement and minimal skill needed. Even an untrained person can master it with a few attempts, but its drawbacks are equally obvious: slow reload and 1 bolt per cycle, which means I can only reload in the windows between the meteor dolphin's attacks. The meteor dolphin acts like it does not know pain and catapults at me again, fast as a shooting star. And I dodge again, but slower this time, so the bounce hits me square, the impact slamming me into the wall hard enough that my whole body feels like the bones got rattled apart. And even after all that, the meteor dolphin still is not done. Watching it gather strength for another charge, I push the pain down, scramble up, dodge the moment it launches. This time clean. No time to stop, I sprint for the grappling hook, my trump card, the only thing that gives me real security. Before I can grab it, the meteor dolphin hits me from behind, throws me uncontrollable, slams me into the wall, nose screaming, blood already running. Has to be the meteor dolphin, no need to look. I roll over, and the meteor dolphin is finishing its wind-up again. I throw the grappling hook, the pain and the rush making the throw garbage. Way off target, but perfect shot of course. The hook adjusts in midair, banks toward the meteor dolphin, and right then the meteor dolphin launches. Retract, I shout. The telescopic rope yanks instantly, and the meteor dolphin, already half a meter from me, snaps backward, flies hard, slams into the ship's wheel. I tied the other end of the rope to the wheel before dark, ready for whatever came tonight. But the impact of the meteor dolphin hitting the wheel makes my heart drop. I am suddenly worried the wheel itself will snap. Next time I cannot tie it to the wheel, I make a mental note. A broken wheel would be its own disaster. The hooked meteor dolphin keeps trying to bounce at me, but the rope only lets it go 5 meters before yanking it back, and seawater keeps pouring from the original puncture. The flow getting heavier with every struggle, like someone installed a faucet on its belly and turned it on full. The round body deflating visibly the way a balloon deflates when somebody pinches the neck and lets the air out. I am up by now, crossbow reloaded, 6 or 7 meters out from the meteor dolphin, aim taken, and the taunt comes easy. Come on, you were so tough, come again. The trigger pulled the same breath, the bolt landing in a third faucet opening on its body. From there, the meteor dolphin becomes my living target and marksmanship tutor, and I even back up a few meters to practice the distance. 10 bolts later, the meteor dolphin is still alive but more than half deflated, the legs visible again, the body looking like a sad popped balloon, no more bouncing, just wilting and clearly about to fall over. I set the crossbow down, pick up the spear, approach cautiously. The meteor dolphin looks up at me and twitches its feet but cannot launch, so I commit, drive the spear forward without hesitation. The tip goes through like piercing a water balloon, no resistance. Water gushing out of the new hole when I pull the spear back. The meteor dolphin completely runs out of air, the flow slows to a trickle, then to drips. And as I am thinking about whether to finish it, the body disappears, leaving behind a few pieces of meat, 2 portions of blood, a bronze chest, 5 portions of meteor dolphin meat, and 2 portions of meteor dolphin blood, the system tells me. Finally dead, I mutter, throw the spear away, collapse on the deck. My condition is awful. Every part of me hurts as if about to fall apart, the pain hidden during the fight now sweeping back through me at full volume. After lying there for a long time, the worst of it eases. I touch my nose. The hand comes back bloody with no clear memory of when the nosebleed stopped. Residue still streaked under my nose. With some strength back, I pick up the meat and read the description. Meteor dolphin meat, good quality, very delicious, especially raw, excellent texture, contains deadly toxin, prepare to die before enjoying. Poisonous meat, of course, and I look disgusted because I went through that beating to kill the thing and the prize is poison. An attribute-raising meat would have made sense, but instead the system handed me a one-way ticket to heaven. I curl my lip and look at the blood, which reads meteor dolphin blood, good quality, contains deadly toxin, can be used to refine poison, kills instantly upon contact with blood, handle with caution. Not surprising, but where the meat is a write-off, the blood is genuinely useful, refining medicine or making hidden weapons, and the words kills on contact with blood are not a joke. I pocket both portions and finally open the bronze chest, telling myself at least the chest came where the beating would have been for nothing. The system congratulates me on 3 alloy, 2 electronic components, 1 hotpot base, 1 lamp, and 10 deep-sea coins. No blueprint, I think. A little disappointed, I would have preferred 1, but a bronze chest does not guarantee blueprints. And this time, my luck is average. But the crafting materials for the refrigerator are almost ready. The refrigerator blueprint wants 30 metal sheet, 20 plastic, 10 electronic components, 3 alloy. I have 4 alloy, 10 electronic components, 8 plastic, 4 metal sheet, so the hardest materials are already in hand, and only metal sheet and plastic are left. I look at my freshwater stockpile and start listing. 500 milliliters of fresh water for 8 metal sheets 4 times over, then 500 for 10 plastic twice. All 6 orders bought up in under a minute because fresh water is still hard currency. I now hold 36 metal sheet and 28 plastic, every material for the refrigerator gathered. Without delay, I head to the crafting table and select refrigerator. The materials dissolve, the table enters its working state. The wait this time 30 minutes. I am not in a hurry. I sit down and browse the channel while it runs. The chat is the usual blur, almost everything about the horror, because by now almost every player has met one, but mostly common grade, and the vast majority only have weapons crafted on a crafting table without a blueprint. Spears and stone axes and iron axes, all common too, so even common grade horrors are giving people serious trouble. The result is two markets going vertical, weapons and medicine. Better weapons mean better odds against the horror, killing one nets the drops in a chest. Only chasing one off nets nothing, so everyone wants kill-grade gear. Medicine the same reason, no hospital on this ocean, but plenty of danger. And finished medicine is hot.